You guys, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Half Up. I know it's been a while, man. Red, how have you been, bro?
Yo, man, I've been chilling, nature. It's chilling.
You look,
Living the
so
dream.
are you going to Hawaii or have you come from Hawaii? Because that just looks like if you've come from Hawaii.
No, man, it's just like I'm clinching on to summer before it's gone because it's in like 2 weeks time. It's gonna be it's fall here.
You know, it's crazy because global warming is real.
Mm,
Like, I don't know whether, like, basically, I can talk about London.
mhm.
It was boiling today. And I think it must have been, I don't know whether you understand Celsius, guys understand Celsius. I think it was near like 30 or something Celsius in
Mhm.
September.
Yeah,
And
for me Celsius. That's like for Fahrenheit. Like I think that's only the U.S. use that.
we don't know the big because even because speaking to my sister said that, oh,
Mm.
tomorrow it's going to be like 32 Celsius. And my sister said, wait a minute, how is it this hot in September? Bro, the planet is getting screwed up. The planet is getting
Yeah,
completely screwed up and no
it's
one cares.
yeah
Like
like
global warming is real.
and the problem is just like not even that like yes obviously the raising temperatures in the city just for it being hot is kind of bad, but you're looking at the storms and the gravity of the storms that are get like because increased temperature means more evaporations. When more
Mm.
evaporations means more heavy rainfall, and that water is being moved to different areas. And like like I'm a simpleton, and I kind of understand it on that level just by knowing like a simple math.
Mm.
Sorry, simple science. So we actually do got to be like. That's a personally like that's why like I eat halal, for example, just like
Oh,
ethical
yeah.
killing, just so you don't feed into like mass production.
So,
Like when
I mean, but you believe in global warming, or you believe
Of course, I
it's a
believe in
hoax?
global. No, of course. Like it's like, but I don't have the answers. I just believe in the process. Yes, that like the Earth is getting hotter based off our emissions, and like that's just a fact. Like in physics, they tell you like how like energy only goes in like one
I
way, and
was
then
I was asked crap at physics, bro. I didn't have a great physics
well,
teacher, man. So,
like I'm like I need to like brush up on that knowledge, but I do remember that like matter when it transfers in the end, it turns into heat. Like you know what I mean?
mm.
That's it. Like it emits. Like and we're obviously with our production, the way we consume nowadays, it's all mass production. So there's a lot of unnecessary steps that we're taking that's affecting our planet in a bad way. Like it's not just like
It's just I just can't understand how anybody can see, even if you don't know science or not in science, so forth. How can you look at the fact that it's getting hotter and hotter later and later in the year and not say so? If something is up here, and England is known as having horrible weather, and the fact that
mhm.
in September it is boiling hot, surely that's what today that's wait something is up here. This is not normal.
Yeah, like it is it's like I said, like basically here's the thing is that this will only affect the masses, right? It won't affect the elite. So therefore, are they really going to put any expenditure at this? There's no threat to it. You know, like there's no actual threat to certain people because
Oh,
like
no,
yes,
oh,
if
oh, oh, no, but one thing that this is not, which is why the world is screwed. This is not going to affect anyone in the short term. And for people, they said, as long as it doesn't affect me in the short term, screw you. Like this is
Mhm.
going to affect the like next 2, 3, 4, 5 generations because this is something that we're like in 50, 60, 70, 80 years time. Oh, geez, the world will not be screwed up. But in the next 10, 20, 30 years, it's not going to be anything.
Like
Because
it's
like, oh, like, look, we have warm weather all year round. Fine, cool. Who cares about the freaking planet, man?
the problem is it teaches like it's not we don't know, like as human beings we actually don't know because the earth could be just going through a life cycle right now, like this is just how the earth is. This earth has existed for billions of years, so
We don't know how long this earth could have existed for a freaking trillion years.
yeah, yeah,
We have no idea.
exactly. So, like for example, like even the sample size that scientists talk about, like if let's say they've been tracking it since 1930s, and like the weather's been getting progressively hotter, and we have 100-year sample, even that is very minuscule over on the grand scheme of things. So we don't know, like like we can't just like sit here and but based off these current trends, obviously we'd have to adjust, like because you're looking at like obviously there's correlations between all these factors, like the increase of mass production, like because again, when we want to talk about global warming, you want to talk about like what's actually affecting it, like mass production, right? Whether it's food or clothing, or let's say for example even content, even like when you have like a lot of unnecessary travel just
Mhm.
to promote all this stuff, like all this, it's incremental, but overall the impact that's going to have on the globe is huge, and we're
So
seeing it.
look, man. Before we look, that's just some weather. So because we could talk about weather for ages, but before we go into our main topic, which is what's
Mm,
going to be driven Kanye, which we're going to really delve into in detail. Michael K. Williams. So did you watch The Wire?
I've never watched The Wire.
Did you watch Boardwalk Empire?
I've never watched Boardwalk Empire.
Red, you have to watch The Wire. Like, see, Boardwalk Empire is another amazing one.
I don't watch TV. I'll be honest with you.
No, 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 no. this isn't even about TV. No, The Wire is like, it's not like, oh, this is a TV show you must watch. This is something you must watch. Like, for me, I don't call The Wire an amazing TV show. The Wire is like a book.
Yep.
It's like an amazing story. Like, it's an essential piece of viewing. I don't even like to put it under the whole TV show thing. And obviously, Michael K. Williams, I think he was 54, I believe, and he was found dead in his New York apartments. And we don't know how he died, whether it's suicide, mistake, we don't know. So obviously, our condolences to his family.
So they don't know the cause of death at all?
No. I mean, look, it's still early. So we'll find out like, because obviously they have to do like a post-mortem and
How
autopsy.
old is he?
I think he was 54. So
he was very young.
Yeah, no, young man. Look, that's 54 in nothing, man. That's only past your middle age, man. Yeah, 54.
54. No,
age
man,
54.
That's very unfortunate. I saw a couple of, like, obviously on the timeline. I saw a couple of the clips from the show, and like, man, he was.
Like basically, he created one of the most. Do you know how crazy it is? Because I was just going back to like my family home just to try and get some stuff and so forth, and one of the T-shirts I bought is of his character who he plays called Omar, and I actually bought one of the T-shirts from The Wire from that thing, and like because we think about Tony Soprano, you think of Walter White, you think of Homer Simpson. Omar is one of the most popular characters in TV history. When you think of like a cult following, and like, I mean, it's huge. So, and also beyond that, he was just a very good actor, and he's one of those guys where he had a very distinctive face, because obviously I think he was in a bar fight where his face got slashed, so he's got like a scar at the side of his face, so he's got a very distinctive look, and because of that, it just adds to the kind of like look that he has. But yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I was like, because someone linked me into the tweet, and I was like, and you see, you just can't speculate, because you have no idea what it could be around, man. So it's crazy. Shout out to your boy Paul Kickley, man. Thank you for the dub, man. Listen to Word is Life by Paul Righteous Teachers. You will not regret it. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't. Paul Righteous Teachers.
Word is Life. Oh, sorry. So it's a song. Okay. Paul Righteous Teachers. Okay. After this, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna say that Word is Life. So it's a song. I
checked it out right now.
Yeah. Once I'm done, I'm gonna listen to that afterwards, bro. So guys, look, again, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. Condolences to him and his family.
Yeah, rest in peace.
So Red, should we start with the Drake and no? Let's start with the music. So let's start with Donda. Now here's the thing. Let me ask you this: have you ever liked a double album? Is there any double album that you would put as one of your albums?
There is one, The Blueprint 2. I do enjoy it just because of a couple songs, but like overall the entire album.
And how many times do you replay The Blueprint 2 compared to what's his debut album? What's Jay-Z's debut albums again?
Reasonable Doubt.
Sorry. So do you play that as much as Reasonable Doubt, the Black Album, or the Blueprint?
No, obviously, because it's two CD. It's two different CDs, and I have the actual CD. Like, that's one that I play in my car. So
yeah. But, but because my thing though is, I don't know how you feel about this, and I don't know how guys in the live chat think about this. Is if, let's say, I'm a musician or I'm an executive producer, better yet, I'm an executive producer, and an artist shows me like 30 songs, I'll be like, oh, this is cool. Give me 10. Oh no, but no. Give me 10. Because I think that once you now go past 10 and so forth, then it becomes very difficult to really start to hold on and understand. The beauty about College Dropouts, Graduation, which I think Graduation is his best album, is it's concise. You can't have concise when you're now getting into 20, 21, 22, because that's just too much. Concise is 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14. But 10, 11, 12, 13 is a nice ballpark. So once I saw that, let's even go before that. Your thoughts with regards to the promotional stuff, him setting himself on fire, all the stuff in the stadiums and so forth. I'm like, You see, I don't know how you feel about Kanye West and the guy thinking about Kanye West. For me, Kanye, you're not an artist. You're a great producer. But I would not consider you as an artist.
Oh man, you're being disingenuous, man. Kanye is brilliant.
He's
Kanye,
an excellent producer.
no, see, you're absolutely
He
right.
is. For me, Kanye West is
He's
a product
provocateur.
of
Like
society.
he's provocateur. The thing is Kanye West, whether people like it or not, he like here's the illest thing, right? About like because like I'm hearing your critique of Donda and like I don't care how long an album is because for me, music, I never instantly like music. Like even I listened to both of them, did not like I not yet because like for me, how I music just clicks with me, right? Like
Okay, sorry, right. Just very quick points on your point there. I don't like an album to be long, except the type of album you're making. For example, if you're, and hence why we're not going to come to Donda. If you're making a rap album, I don't want you to have more than 10 tracks. Now, if you're making an eclectic album that's a bit more experimental and so forth, fine. Because now it's a different kind of album because you're not being taken on a kind of musical journey. But if it's just a guy just constantly rapping hip hop and beats, by the time you get to the crowd, 15, 16, 17, you'll be lost. But if it's much more experimental, much more musical and so forth, okay, now that's now different.
What you're doing is you're trying to box up art. You can't say what to an artist how many albums is on a rap album or how many like Kanye in the end is not just a rapper. Like he's Kanye. Like when I go to listen to Kanye's music, I go to for Kanye. There's no other reason. Like really, he doesn't really have to do any of the promotional stunts that he does, but he does that because he's Kanye. Like and I'm not even a big Kanye fan, but I'm not gonna lie, I love early Kanye production. Like when he was working with what's it called, Rockefeller, like incredible stuff. Like when you're saying he's not an artist, like there's a Twitter page that I follow is called Songs and Samples, and they always show you like the origins of the sample that they use. And man, some of the Kanye West ones are so obscure and they're so incredible. They have such a unique sound. Like you have to give him credit for having that unique, ear. So and when I listened to Don, then like to be honest with you, the reason why I couldn't like it's just it showed me about like Kanye's talking about his hardships. It's just about life, like just about essentially just a man who's just like finding like every day he's trying to figure it out. It doesn't. There's no like it's almost in his own lane. There's nobody really out there that's really talking about these topics like Kanye is. And I didn't like it personally. It's not my sound, but personally, I think maybe in a couple of years it might click with me. Like
so why? Because I'll give you my thoughts. So your general thoughts on Donda, like why didn't you like it? Like what was it about it that didn't hit with you? Like it's not his best album. For me, his best album is Graduation. Graduation is an outstanding album.
Not gonna
but
lie,
why didn't this one click with you?
See, for me, it's like I go with waves, right? Like sometimes, like sometimes I'll be in like a jazz sort of mood where that's pretty much all I like. For example, let's say listening to Illmatic with like jazz samples or like. I'll go into that mood. Sometimes I'm just into more rock or something like more poppy or something like, and just Donda's just a bit too different right now, and it's just not really catching my vibe right now. Like that's all it is.
Okay, no, let's go deeper. Do you feel that because it's leaned more towards the whole gospel side of things, that may have put you off?
No, not at all. Like Get By Talib Kweli is essentially like has a lot of gospel tones in it, and it's amazing. My Life Be Like by Grits, another. It's like for me, it's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's a gospel song. Like it's like the gospel aspect of belief in God, like that. I actually do appreciate that. Like I find that kind of dope. The fact that not all songs are about women and drugs, and cars and lifestyle, and just like being like whatever it is, it's being yourself. It's just sometimes just some things are bigger. I just appreciated the content, and I appreciate kind of because like Jay-Z has this quote when he was on the Breakfast Club back in like 2013, and they asked him because at that time I forgot what the name of that album that he released. What was it called?
The Black Album, Kingdom Come.
No, not Jay-Z.
American Gangster.
Kanye. What was that? Album? It was panned. People didn't like it. Not Watch the Throne. It was after Watch the Throne.
Kingdom Come.
Not Kanye. Not Jay-Z.
808s.
It had Bound
Jesus.
2. Yeezus. It was Yeezus. Yes. How did I forget Yeezus? But no, but when Yeezus, I remember when he released that one, he was getting pinned. But Jay-Z said something about Kanye where he said like Kanye's like those Native Americans that would go on the hill and like they check to see like they'd like launch an arrow like just to scout, and then everybody would go in after him. right? And that's pretty much what happens with what Kanye has sort of done with Bound 2. Because if you look at the sampling on Bound 2, a lot of like Drake essentially took that sound, like especially the way they reversed the sample and stuff. Like Kanye was really the first one that started doing it. He did that pre-Drake. Then Drake came out with like Pound Cake with Jay-Z and a lot of those that rap sample. Like,
but actually, let me just quickly take this dub and I want to go through. So Uncle Wham says Tupac's All Eyes on Me is the best double disc album of all time.
Facts.
You see, Tupac is a weird one, and people may call me crazy. I think Tupac is one of the best writers of all time in terms of his lyrics. Basically, he's one of the best lyricists in terms of just writing and how much of a poet he is that I've never liked a Tupac album.
Really?
Yeah. Like Tupac has made some of my favorite songs. Like what's it called? Do for Love is one of my favorite songs of all time. Like rap rock, Do for Love by Tupac is one of my favorite songs of all time. But as far as an album, I've never actually liked a Tupac album. I just like he makes some amazing songs. But as far as like a collection of songs together, but I remember wait, All Eyes on Me, is that Me Against the World?
Let me check. No, All Eyes on Me has Ambitious as a Rider, classic. All About You with Snoop Dogg and anything with Nate Dogg, classic.
So it doesn't have Me Against the World. Does it have California Love?
Yeah, it has California Love. Obviously, I'm going through the track listing right now at HH because like no, you're like, how could you not? This is like pretty much every song is a hit. Like How Do You Want It? Two of America's Most Wanted. No More Pain. Oh my god, no! I'm actually want to add that to my playlist right now, bro. Only God Can Judge Me. Nah, man. Like in the features on this, like look, the features are all like Method Man, Red Man.
You know what? Because see, the thing with like with music, it either hits you or it doesn't. Like for me, I've just never liked a Tupac album. I love Tupac songs. He makes amazing songs, and I said Do for Love is one of my top 5 songs of all time for me. But
When We Ride, oh my god, bro, this is I forgot how dope this album was. I haven't heard Tupac in a while.
So how many tracks is it in total?
27. Jesus, that's a lot. But like
basically that's as many as
bangers on here.
Okay, so here's my thing with Donda, and then my thing with Donda is first half, I wasn't feeling it. I was like, okay, because obviously it goes into the whole Donda chance, and it now goes into Jail, where Jay-Z is on. I was like, okay, this is experimental and so, but I wasn't feeling it. But from Heaven and Hell, which is about halfway through the whole thing, was that it began to really pick up. And then it now began to go through how this now where Kanye's now really hitting his stride. And I was listening to it again because I think, you see, here's the thing with the albums. They're albums, speakers, and albums on headphones. And that's what happened with me with Jay Electronica's album. When I listened to Electronica's album, basically the album that he released, when I listened to it on speakers, but when I listen to it on the headphones,
it's headphone music.
It's different, and I do feel that Kanye's album is very much because I've got not to say Beats. These are crap headphones, but I've got like amazing Bose headphones, noise cancelling, and when you really hear it on that, you can really hear the texture of the production that he has. And what I would say about the album is, again, it's not. I don't like it as much as College Dropout, Graduation, or even Late Registration. And I went back to Dark Twisted Fantasy. Still not. I think that is a very overrated album. It's good, but it's overrated. For me, I think Kanye's height was Graduation, where this is just production, lyrics, everything was just perfect. And that's just like an amazing, amazing album. Bro, Flashing Lights, that's one of the best beats I've heard, Flashing Lights. But my thing is that with this, though, is what I appreciate about this is how bold he was with the production and just what he was doing and how he was just mixing different styles. You know what? Look, he took some very heavy swings, and it goes to show that this isn't, and it goes to what we were discussing before we started recording. You can't compare this to Certified Lover Boy because this isn't a rap album. This is a hybrid. This is like a gospel rap album.
But that's what Drake does. He makes hybrid albums as well, but not like gospel.
He makes, and Oprah. I'm gonna get onto Drake and why. Don't you ever compare Drake and Kendrick Lamar? Like for me, I'm going to tell you why Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, they are in a separate category. Drake is in his own category by himself, which is my issue with Drake. And what Kanye has done now, and it's this thing that, how do you compare Kanye to, like, let's say, a Drake and so forth, when Kanye West is not a very good rapper? Kanye West is an excellent producer.
Yeah, like
As a rapper, he's not very good.
Kanye West just has cadence, and he's has excellent production.
But
That's it.
see, Red. So see, the thing though is, I
Even
like
his delivery is not even all that. Like,
no,
it's just very Kanye. It's just him, his own thing.
Red. Basically, I liken Kanye West to Anthony Kiedis, who is, you know who Anthony Kiedis is?
No.
You know Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes.
I mean, you must know the Red Hot Chili Peppers, like, yeah.
Like I'm aware of them. I'm just trying to remember like specific songs. Like, I don't.
No, Under the Bridge, Dance Sound is where I drew some blood.
Nah.
Californication. Dream of Californication. Yeah. Basically, like, that's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anthony Kiedis is not a good singer, but he knows how to hit those notes.
Yep.
Hence why Chili Peppers make really good songs, because even if he's not an amazing singer, he just knows how to hit the right notes. Madonna's not a great singer, but she knows how to make really good songs.
You know what's crazy about Kanye? Like, apparently, have you ever heard of the story about when Kanye rap battled The Game, and he actually beat The Game?
How?
Like, I don't know. The Game said that story. You can go. It's on YouTube. But The Game said this story. That him and Kanye had a rap battle back in like 2005. It was like pretty much when they're both coming out, right? And Kanye beat The Game in rapping. Like, I feel like I don't know to what extent, because I know like Conscious, I think his name, he was a ghostwriter for Kanye. I know there's I think Drake even wrote for Kanye, but I feel like any one of these rappers in the industry really, like, they pretty much all of them like have writers, like a team of writers. Especially like for Drake, like when you're trying to get that mass appeal, which Drake has, of course, there's no one human being that can galvanize people like that. You're gonna need a team behind you, and with a ton of charts and numbers and ways. Like every move he makes is absolutely calculated, because he's part of a huge probably billion-dollar corporation that's advertising him to the world. So like it's like, anyways, besides the point, like, just going back to like I lost my train of thought on that point. Sorry, go ahead.
So no, I mean like, so with Donda and the album though, it's like, I feel that what this shows is we can't compare these guys. Kanye West is an excellent producer, and I think what this album shows, whether you like it or not, is musically it takes some big risks, because I have never heard a gospel hip hop album before, which is what this is.
Really? You never heard a gospel? There's so many of them.
Like what?
Like, I don't,
in this to this degree.
Like, not on, like, there's nobody that's ever been relevant, but like Mace was like a priest for a while. There's a ton. There's a big, like, for the most part, people think one quick thing I teach is like, it's kind of cool that I see this now, like religion is sort of almost became cool to an extent in hip hop recently. I remember like a time where people thought like, being like a goody two shoes religious boys, like nowadays there's a lot of like church merch. You know what I mean? And it got like this is like a lot of designer stuff, and like it's I've seen like the resurgence of it, but like the thing is it's not that it's like Kanye. It's not like that he's discovering new ground, but he's making like he's shining a light to it almost to an extent, because I'm pretty sure now if you like this sound, Kanye will be a great entry level point for a lot of people. Like for example, like for me, like when I like a lot of the times when I listen to a lot of rap records like back in like the 90s, like the samples sometimes will open me up to like certain artists like that are older that I really like their production. Like let's say like again like a lot of jazz songs that I like, it's usually like I find them from hip hop songs. You know what I mean? Like, but. So like like that's what I think about Donda. But the reason why I don't think you can compare these two is not because I don't want to like shit on Certified Lover Boy, because it's good for what it's trying to do. It's a song that's about heartbreak and love and just feeling yourself. Like that's that lane that Drake is in, and then Donda is like you said, is in a gospel like life. Like,
I think Donda as well. It's a guy that's Kanye West is a very good producer. And this isn't really flexing his production material. So say what you want about Kanye West, about the whole issue with Trump and everything. When it comes to production, and if he's really focused, the guy, has a very good ear for music. And when I just think of the kind of things that he did on this album from a musical sense, like, oh, that's pretty interesting. That's an interesting combination, which now leads us over to Certified Lover Boy. This thing about Drake. Drake knows what works and sticks to it.
Look, to say it, like, call it like it is. Drake's dope, man. Drake is
honestly, you're saying that because he's Canadian.
No. I swear to God, it's not that. Drake does what like, for example, like I like what I like in Jay-Z, for example, is that Jay-Z talks shit, but like so when Jay-Z says it's almost believable, and it's like when he flexes on you. Like, you remember like in 444 on Bam, just when you see like how he's like, he had a whole rhyme scheme about like the haircut, like with the way he talks, it's believable, right? And Drake has that same quality where they won't even mention your name, right? And like, but you'll know they're talking about you, and that will never happen. I'm not like.
It will look pretty good, man. You know, just put it over there like that.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
But
if I was 5 years younger, probably like if I was like 21, like in like experimental, but like now, bro, I'm a grown ass man, bro. Like nah, like Drake, I don't know. He's too rich. He can do that shit.
No. My thing though is that look, because I listened to these albums again just for this discussion, and I listened to the Drake album again, and I'm like, it's very safe. We've heard it before. It didn't take any risks. But the thing about Drake is he makes good music. I'm like, no, it sounds good, because I remember I wanted to hate Drake. I was like, who is this light-skinned dude who keeps singing and rapping and things like that? Like, who is this freaking kind of dude? And when I actually sat down and listened, like, what's it called? I forgot the name of it. So maybe some guys in the live chat can help. But like, something, we're going home.
Just hold on, we're going home.
Hold on, we're going home.
Yep.
Bro, I love that song. And for me, like, Thank Me Later, that's an amazing album. Yeah. Like, I even bought that album on CD, because again, for the younger viewers who don't know, CD has much better quality than MP3. Like, CD quality, obviously, the best quality is obviously records.
Yep.
Then it's CD. So albums I really like D'Angelo, and I think I get them on CD to play on my CD player. So my thing though is what was okay? So like Drake, I look, Certified Lover Boy is, then it doesn't take any risks. It doesn't go to any places. It just does what it does, and there's nothing bad about that. Because at the end of the day, good is good, quality is quality, and Drake is always going to produce quality music. But my thing is that you can't compare what Drake is doing to what Kanye is doing. Because what Certified Lover Boy is a very good rapper who gets into his bag and just makes really good songs. And the clue is in the title, Certified Lover Boy. It's love songs. It's appealing to women and so forth. And for Kanye West, what this is I'm now much more in the whole gospel side of things, and it's more eclectic. It's taking much more risk. So how do you compare a very musically risky album that's really taking risks to just let's keep it real, it's a pop album. Like Drake is doing pop.
It's not about comparing. It's Drake. Look, one thing, this is what made me a Drake fan. Like I personally, I'm like, those songs, Just Hold On, We're Going Home, not like I feel like that's a little bit poppy, like all the started from the bottom, not a fan. Like, like that whole, like that was like my introduction to Drake, and I wasn't really a fan. And like, what made me a fan of Drake is the fact that how he approaches hip hop beef, right? Like Drake keeps it on record. I respect this him just for doing for that, man. Like he like, I remember when I remember the song that made me a Drake fan was "Stay Scheming." Like when he said because in the first two bars, because like for people that don't know, Common had beef with Drake because I think Drake was caught with Serena Williams, and like she had broken up with Common, and so Common was just dissing Drake for no reason, and like Drake wasn't responding. Then Common like goes to Brazil, to Rio de Janeiro, and like films a whole music video called "Corny," something like that, like corny or soft or sweet, something. It was something like that. Like he was just going at, and he was just like dissing Drake. So Drake comes back at him on a verse and "Stay Scheming," And in the first line, he just kills him. It bothers me when the gods get to acting like the broads. Done, bro. Like that's it. Like that bar alone, like he just dismissed Common as a entire.
But
Because
Red, let me ask you this though. You say this and you talk about how good of a rapper he is. Why can't Drake make a rap album? You know, Drake has never made a rap album.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. But because like Drake, how can I say this? He doesn't need to do anything anymore for anybody. He doesn't have to. Like he's global. He has nothing. Like,
yes, he does. No. Do you know why he does?
Why?
Because he said it himself. Did you watch the Rap Reader interview that he did with Elliot Wilson?
No, I've never watched that.
So basically, they did like
actually, I do remember it. But like, I not recently.
No, but I think they talked about, and I think he talks about how he feels he doesn't really get enough credit for what he's done and achieved,
which is true.
And the issue with people is that it's hard for people to say what you are as a guy, because let's see, Drake, he's putting himself in the same lane as Lauryn Hill. Now, the issue with that is Drake has admitted you're not a very good singer. He's okay, but not a very good singer, but a very good rapper. Lauryn Hill was an amazing rapper and an amazing singer. Hence why Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is one of the best albums of all time, because of one of the most talented artists we've ever seen, display amazing rapping and amazing singing on an album. So the thing with Drake is that for people to first put the ghostwriting thing to one side, if we want to now compare you to a J. Cole and a Kendrick Lamar, you've got to make a rap album. I can't begin to compare Drake to Kendrick or J. Cole because it ain't a rap album. So when you now show me Certified Lover Boy, I can't. Cool, but I can't compare this to what J. Cole released earlier this year, because J. Cole earlier this year, that's rapping. That's top tier rap, as in that is rapping at the very top tier. When Kendrick releases his album this year, you're going to now see album and artistry. And Drake, he can't be put in that conversation because this is a guy's making rap albums.
Look, I get what you're saying, H, because like the thing is like when it comes to Kendrick and J. Cole, maybe not so much J. Cole, but Kendrick for sure. He occupies a special spot in hip hop where, like, as that guy, when it comes to conscious rap, or like he's the guy that makes conscious rap cool, right? Like he really is. Like but my only issue is like when you're talking about Drake, he's transcended all this stuff. Really, he's beyond. Like Drake it releases like a project pretty much every single year. Like every summer is pretty much his. Like Kendrick has like what, like 4 or 5. Like okay, we can talk about Section 80, right? Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Pimp a Butterfly. Damn. Am I missing anything, guys?
No, that's it. Section 80, Good Kid, Pimp a Butterfly, Damn.
Damn, like that's it's 4 albums, right? So if you put like and compare it to, let's say, for example, the amount of rap songs that Drake has like released, like since mixtapes, like Drake has been consistent, right? Like it goes back to like the Jay-Z and Nas, right? Like Nas released like 4 albums in like 10 years. Jay-Z released 6 and 6. Like every summer he was giving them in my lifetime. Like you have to almost respect like the consistency that like sort of Drake has. And like when it comes to like his content is not. It's not like
there's nothing in his content, bro.
No, not to us, but like to a lot of people, he has.
No, Reddy, you can't do that. Drake, I've always remembered that the guy, it makes good music. He's a good rapper and so forth. He doesn't say anything.
No, but as like, no. He knows how to hit those feels. He knows that. There's a reason why they tell you
when you say content,
drive.
When you say content, I don't know what the view is saying, but when you say content, I'm thinking that okay, you're saying stuff. You're making statements. Tupac was the biggest content mentioned. Where when Tupac wants to now talk about abortions, women, single mothers, and so forth, racism, difficult relationships, and so forth. It's like, no, this guy he's really saying stuff. The thing with Drake is, and it's perfect. I think this actually brings it up, and I like this. From KVR, he says, "Thank you for the dub. Drake is an industry plant. That's why his music is so safe. If he's so good at beefing, where's his answer to Pusha?" I'll answer the second part afterwards. Let me answer the first part because there's an answer to the second part. But the first part is, I don't want to go as far as he's called an industry plant, but Drake, I think, knows that he's in a position where he wants to tick all the boxes and appeal to everyone. Hence why I can't compare Drake to a Kendrick. Because Kendrick is a true artist. Because a true artist, you keep pushing the envelope and you keep trying to experiment. Hence why To Pimp a Butterfly was a crazy diversion from Good Kid. And some people don't like Pimp a Butterfly because he was like, no, I'm not going to really be very bold. Damn, crazy kind of diversion from what it was. But for Drake, it's like, oh, this works. I'll do it again and again and again and again. Okay, maybe I'll veer off and get to Wizkid and get into my whole Afrobeat bag. Okay, I'll now go and get this guy and go into my whole UK rapper bag. But it's very much the same wheelhouse. It's not as much of a diversion. So my thing with this is that, well, Drake had a response to Pusha T, but I think it was Jay Prince. Jay Prince came and put a stop to it because Jay Prince said that he felt that it was going to go too extreme, so he didn't allow Drake. Because Drake actually had a release that was going to respond to.
Just one thing about that, like about the industry plan thing I said earlier, like Drake has a multi-billion-dollar corporations behind him advertising. Bro, he's a global superstar. Drake himself has no control over his life. Even if he wants to quit, he can't. There's too much money into him, bro. Like he's literally not just an industry, he's an industry slave. He's too locked in, bro. The guy has no, I guarantee you, he's just too big. And as for the Pusha T thing, like, look, for Pusha T, that's what he did was a masterful chess move in a beef, because it was all about perception and positioning, right? They literally dragged Drake into a beef, right? Because they sort of like put it out there. Drake came in and they had the information, and they sort of like put that perception, that picture with Drake with blackface and he's doing that shit, and then the story of Adnan saying, like, revealing that he has a son, as if that, like, people were like, oh, he has a son, like, yeah, he has a son, like, what do you expect? He's like why is that surprising, like, to anybody? Like, he's at that age. It's not like he's like 15. He's a grown-ass man.
No, but it was the fact that he had a son out of wedlock and blah blah, and it wasn't planned. The son
Future
wasn't planned.
literally exists. He made a double album with Future. He has like 9 baby mamas. Who cares, man? Like, that's nobody's business. Like, he can afford it.
No, but based on how he wants to present himself, what does he
present himself? He literally has a song with Lil Wayne where they have women in cages and on leashes.
Red, let's be fair here. Let's be fair here. This is similar to Cannabis and LL Cool J.
Yeah,
there is no way. No. Cannabis won that.
Bro, he won. Of your fans don't exist. Like, he killed them.
But let me explain. Let me explain. There is no way Pusha T could have ever beaten Drake, because you can never beat the superstar in a rap beef. You just can't. Hence why, so guys like LL, Eminem, Drake, they can't be beaten because no, they can't.
Jay-Z got beaten by Ether. Destroyed Jay-Z. Jay-Z was the superstar. That was 10. That was almost like it was.
No. Do you know why it's different? Because it's Nas.
It's Nas now because of his accomplishments.
No. Red, let's Ether
was it
come
Nas
out.
at the time?
Let's know. Illmatic. The fact that Illmatic existed, Nas will always be alive. No. Red, let's Illmatic, the same. No, sorry, let's Ether, the same song, same lyrics, and Cool G rap. Or Common, or Talib Kweli releases that. No one cares. Why it hit was, it's the rap's prodigal son finally came alive. Because once he dropped Illmatic, people were like, oh no, Nas, this is the greatest rapper. When Illmatic came out, guys were like, this is the greatest rapper of all time.
See, one thing.
It's not. You have to say it was Nas.
Like, one thing. I'm gonna bring up some historical context, right? Okay. Like, there's a documentary called Beef, guys. There's 4 of them, actually. I highly recommend you guys watch them. They document like old hip hop beefs, and one of the first beefs ever recorded in history, like, or known of, was between Kool Moe Dee and Busy B, and it was at this shut down club. By now, I forgot what the club was, but it was like at a corner. They used to go and they'd rock the party, and MCs would face off, and there was always a winner who wins cash at the end, whoever rocks the party. So Busy B was the party rapper, right? He gets the crowd going, right? Kool Moe Dee was like part of, like, he was a new wave of rapper, like at the end of the 80s, like were almost like there was more like black power into it. He was more like, you know, conscientious. Like his
Mm.
rap style was just a bit more than a bomb de dom ba dang dang dig. Like, and I'm quoting like he was
That's
that's the
Kid
old.
Rock, man.
No, but that's bro. That's the classic like early '80s hip hop. Like when the late '80s to early '90s, it was like the tempo was a bit faster. You know what I mean? Like, so Kumo D going in there, he's the underdog, right? Like he's obviously he had been signed, but he goes in and how does he go at him? He goes at the man's life. He makes fun of everything about him, from his style to his clothes, the way he talks, the way he raps. He exploit, like he does the whole Eminem 8 Mile thing. How it says like, oh, look at what he does. He's so predictable. You know, they tear a man down like that. You can be effective. And Pusha T, through perception and dispositioning in this way, he was able to make Drake look like a fool for a week. Obviously, in the long term, it didn't affect Drake at all because we didn't learn anything new about Drake. He just, he has a kid. Yeah, okay. And he has a baby mama. Very, like, he's not the first nor the last that's going to ever be like that. So
no, but do you know the issue? And I think Joe Budden actually broke this down very well on his podcast. Why Drake is so unbeatable and why he's positioned himself so well is once you have women, that's bulletproof.
Yeah.
Once women are on your side,
and you know what's funny?
Hence why it isn't wise to. So Pusha T can pull out and everything. Once you have women are with you, because guys want to play the music that their women like to get the women. So once Drake has women on lock, so once he has women and so forth, he's untouchable. I mean, and also quickly, that's why in the Rap Radio interview, Ellis Wilson asked Drake, "You're such a good rapper. When are we going to finally get a rapper album from you?" And Drake said, "I'm sorry, man. Every time I make an album, I've got to cater for the guys. I've also got to cater for the girls." That's why he said he'll never make a rap album. And that is where it. And this is what Drake said himself. And that is why I cannot compare Drake to Kendrick or J. Cole. Yeah. J. Cole and Kendrick, they are rappers.
But they can't hold Kendrick for moments and just like think like he has a control moment overall where he just like, just made like everything, just like everybody, hyped. Drake every couple of years he gives us a good beef and the thing is not beef where it's like he's violent or posturing or anything like that. Like no, he gives us bars, like slick bars, and that's always entertaining. Like for me, I don't care about Drake and Kanye. Like this is like a beef that is just not something I want to see because Kanye's not really a rapper like that. He's not really like no.
Because one thing was that's what Isis mentioned, saying Drake's beef versus Kanye very one-sided, the public on side. Here's my did you hear the Andre 3000 song?
I have not gotten to
so basically Drake on his radio track leaked the song, and apparently basically Kanye didn't have it on Donda, but apparently the song he did it with Andre 3000. I think it's called Life of the Party, and on it basically Kanye this is Drake.
Yeah,
but he always didn't release it. But obviously Drake had to handle. See, my thing though is that it's as you just said, Kanye is not a rapper. So if you're not a rapper, you beefing with a guy who can rap very well isn't wise. And more so than that, let's put that to one side. Kanye, you've been such a freaking moron in public. You've done such stupid things, like saying slavery was a choice, hugging on Donald Trump. That why the hell should the public ever be on your side? Now you can insult Drake so you can criticize Drake by saying, oh, he doesn't say much, he doesn't say anything. But the fact that he doesn't say anything, at least that's better than the guy who actively says rubbish and says crap. Although you can say that, is it better to not choose a side than choose a side that's crap? What is better?
Yeah, man, the whole the Kanye, I kind of feel for him, man. I kind of feel for him because like he's like the first of all, nobody. I don't think anybody like when beefing with Drake, like. You have to not give a shit about public opinion, and you just have to like tear into him. I feel like that's like what Pusha T did, and just he used perception and timing. Like Kanye, it's very one-sided. Like what iMerchant said, like iTest Merchant said, like he's there's no way he can actually like he can't go bar for Drake, and Drake has this calculated. And he's been wanting to go at him since the Pusha T thing, and I don't know, but I feel like Drake is very bold because I feel like he has a lot of information. Because like if you look at his track record from Beef, like when he did the Kanye with Meek Mill, because like even that one, like the public wouldn't even give Meek Mill a chance, like because he released Charged Up, right? And Charged Up was a fire record in of itself. It was very quiet, like, and just like slick lines, like you know what he's talking about at the moment because you know that this is a Meek Mill. Like it's just like the execution is just there's so much production. Like bro, I remember when that was happening, like we were glued to our laptops because we were trying to see the updates because Meek Mill went up on Twitter and just blasted Drake. If you remember, like he went on the whole tirade where he just blasted Drake because Drake didn't show up to his album party. So Drake releases Charged Up, and now you're like, holy shit. Meek Mill's not going to take the sign down. Meek Mill obviously wants this energy, or else he wouldn't have just went out in public and did this. 4 days later, he releases back to back, and like the impact that back to back had. Let's not forget, like everything about that was dope.
Because no, because it was played in clubs. It was played around and so forth.
When you look at the picture, the for they put out for the song had when Toronto
Raptors,
not Toronto Raptors. Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs. Oh yeah.
Or sorry, no, the Blue Jays. Toronto Blue Jays. Where they beat Philly back to back in back to back seasons, like in baseball. And then it's back to back records. And then like he was just going at him. And then he was like, "Is that a world tour? Is that a world tour or a girls tour?"
Yeah.
I know that you got to be. She tells you, you got to be. You got to open. This is what she meant when she said open up more because he's opening for her. He said Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. Like he killed him.
He got it. Like he got it. No. But the thing though is this though, because I was watching just some old episodes, just some music episodes, just talking about this though. Drake 100% won that.
Yeah, like but he always does this. He always
but okay. As much as he won that, the one thing Meek Mill did. Is what will always hang over Drake, ghostwriting. And that is what Kanye alludes to in his diss on Left of the Party. The very fact that that exists will always be a cloud that hangs over him. So anytime he raps, people say, well, did you write all your lyrics? You know? Because see, Puff Daddy, bro, I have ghostwriters because I'm a producer. Kanye West, I have ghostwriters because I'm a producer. So Kanye West and Puff Daddy will very happily say that I have ghostwriters because I'm a producer.
Now,
but Drake hangs his hat on, hey, I'm a rapper. I can still go to I'm a rapper. So now, when you start bringing ghostwriting, that harms your legacy. Now, but Red, the key thing though is, I don't know what's in Drake's mind. Drake, do you care whether or not people take you seriously as a rapper, or do you just care about being the biggest pop star of the last 10 years?
Go check the charts and see if that affected Drake in any way. Nobody cares. Like the thing is that the hip hop purists, they'll care, right? Like obviously you care passionately about music. You're gonna care. You're gonna be like, no. I could never put Drake along the same lines of.
So no. Forget But Red. Forget the charts. You're saying that Drake doesn't care that people think that he doesn't write his own lyrics.
Yeah, at the end, like I feel like to an extent, obviously, as a man, like as a creative, as a professional, you want credit for your work, right? Like you want that credit, you want that kind of satisfaction, right? But I think overall it doesn't matter, because he's just releasing. It's just music. It's subjective. It's like as long as to his fans, if somebody's going through a breakup and listens to a Drake song, he could vibe with it. He could listen. It could help him. Almost release that kind of dopamine to something to relate to. They don't care if he wrote it or not. They want they want to hear it from him. They want that sound. They want that Drake sound, and that's ultimately what it's all about. It's just about consuming the music. When it comes to if you want to talk about rappers who raps more. I like to see actually things that you actually do, right? It's cool to have that kind of song where you're just talking about you're talking slick. Drake talks slick, and he actually he gives us diss records, man. Like that Duppy freestyle, somebody was saying it in the comments. That was, I'm not gonna lie, that to me has more replayable value than the story of Adidon. Story of Adidon.
No. Of course, basically, it's funny. It's exactly like Jay-Z and Nas. Takeover is a much better track than Ether.
I don't know.
No. Red. Listen, no. Ether. The beats for Ether is trash. It's trash. Beat is,
bro. The Tupac sample where he's going fuck Jay-Z off of Hawaii.
No.
Fame.
Red. Red. You can't. And please, people in the live chat, please. Let me ask. which beat is better, the takeover beat or the ether beat?
Okay.
And most of that, which is a better song? Takeover
Bro.
is a much better song, but the issue is that what Nas says is so piercing and so painful and so pointed that
Yo,
it was too much.
Whiskers, with
But no,
Whiskers like a rat compared to Beans, you whack. Like, bro, that guy.
no. Nas tore him off. And so from Kiva says, in the end, this beef stuff is all BS. I'm going to bring a theory on that. What stands the test of time is quality and innovation, and Kanye wins in both. Now, see, my thing is that I believe that, so they're both on Universal. And I believe that this, I may be wrong, but I believe that this beef has been perpetrated in order to push sales for both artists. Because if you're Universal and so forth, and you're like, hey man, we have both artists on the same thing, let's concoct this kind of idea that these two guys are going at each other.
This is beneficial for Drake, absolutely, but for Kanye, there's no way. For Kanye, there's no way. Kanye is getting fucked in every angle right here. Sorry, mind my language, guys, but there's no upside to him in being included in this beef. First of all, people are gonna always go on Drake's side because I'm gonna say this right now. I love Back to Back, but I just want to know was hard. And people did not give it a chance. He had the whole Undertaker sample, but because Drake's record was so good, it was good enough for his fans to be like, "We don't give a shit what you make. This is this much quality that we're not going to even give you a chance." And they destroyed him. And that's what's going to happen too. Like, so there's no really for Kanye what he needs to do. Like, if I'm just him, I'm just going to have to take it and just let the test of time because I believe in Donda. Like, because like when I listen to it, it didn't click with me, right? Because again, it's too foreign, but like with time, through exposure, it's I know how I am. Music just clicks for me. Just one day I'll just start liking the sound, and that's how it is. And
but that's weird. This like you see, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know. No, because I think that music clicks with you instantly. I don't think there's ever been a song an album I've listened to that I've had to wait. For it to really resonate with me over time. For me, I'm like, oh no. As soon as I get it, you know. Like, but he says, what stands the test of time is quality and innovation. Kanye wins it. But see, my thing is, Donda is a deeper, much riskier, richer album. Certified Lover Boy, there isn't much replay value there, really. Like, it's like decent cool, but I think in like a few years or so, people will forget about it. So I do think that Kanye West, that album, there is more to it, production-wise, musically, than what Drake has. But I just think that Drake, it's still a good record, man. He says I was gonna get the dust blow out of there. Yeah, this was just it just escapes the dust. So
no, question for you.
Yes.
Somebody asked this earlier in the chat. Who's your favorite mumble rapper?
I hate mumble rap.
Really, not a single one.
I despise mumble rap.
No, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like I like Young Thug.
Thug. You see, what that's. You see, here's the thing. Here is like,
and my favorite song is "Hookah" by Young Thug. By the way, that song is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, mumble rap for me is again. I don't want to give my age, but let's just say like I'm over 30. So,
yeah, but like you know when you criticize Eminem and you say, "Oh, what does Eminem have in the club?" Like, but mumble rap is like it's club music. Like sometimes, like don't you just listen to music sometimes just to like just enjoy the beat, the sound?
No. But you see, now you're asking something different. So when I went to the club some time ago, I hate Future's music. I think that the guy is garbage.
Really?
Yes, garbage. But I listened to what's it called? That Mask On and so forth. I listened to that in the club. It sounds amazing in the club. But that's the whole point. Take a few drinks, a few JNDs, a bit tipsy in the club and so forth. Future's music sounds amazing. And I'm sure all these other guys. But if I'm fully sober at home, I'm listening to music, I hate mumble rap.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like one rapper that like I used to be the hip hop fan that I only listen to underground shit, right? Like Jedi Mind Tricks, you know, like the Vinny Paz, you know, like all like underground. I used to like a Jurassic 5, like old school hip hop, 90s hip hop, like, and I used to like shit on all these like Lil Wayne. I used to hate Drake. I used to like any kind of this kind of like modern sound. And like honestly, not gonna lie, I used to fucking hate myself. Like that shit was that was a horrible phase, a cringe lol phase I went through as a teenager. Like I was born the wrong generation type of garbage. Like in the end, it's just music. You just enjoy it, right? And like I sort of like taught myself to this sometimes, like when it comes to a song, like not to take it too serious, not take too much offense to it. Like when it comes to, let's say, for example, Future, like it took some, like I remember the first song I heard by Future was Rax, right? And I remember it was so bad because I was like, Rex on, Rex on, Rex on, and his sound was so, I was like, bro, this is garbage. Like, what is this autotune? Over time, just through exposure, and bro, he also like he brushed up his quality. It started growing on me. But one of the rappers that made me like I used to hate, but then I sort of like respected him the most. Like he got me into that kind of raps. Like after watching one interview of his, is the artist formerly known as Titty Boy, 2 Chainz. Bro, 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was like he had this interview at Hot 97 when they were asking about like oh like what do you think about the people that criticize Southern hip hop for like killing hip hop and stuff like that, and he was like, man, like stop that nonsense. Like no matter what I say, it doesn't matter, because he had this bar on his album. I think it was, I forgot what the name of the album was, but he had this bar where he said like I could talk about shit that's important and deep, but behind gold teeth nobody would believe. Like and it's true. It's true, bro. If the way he looks, if he tries to come and talk, people won't take him seriously, man. But 2 Chainz is one of the slickest rappers out there. Like when you listen to his music, bro, like it's not he sometimes he has those basic bars, but bro, aside from that, he can rap his ass off. He's actually quality.
I think it's one of those things. Again, it goes back to music. Music either hits you or it doesn't. And I think it's not only that. I think it depends on where you are. In the club, Future sounds amazing. Because I was like, wait a minute, this same track I listened to at home sounded like garbage. But then when I went to the club and it's massive sound, it's in the vibe you've drank, it sounds amazing. So I think Future and these guys, mumble rap, I think it's a vibe. And when it's a vibe, you need to be in the right kind of setting for it to really hit you and so forth. But my thing is like, I grew up listening to when rappers raps, and you had to have lyrics, you had to have the delivery, you had to have texture and so on. Because see, after this is pretty controversial, and I don't know whether people agree, but it's pretty controversial. I feel that the worst thing that happened to rap was when New York lost control of rap. Because I believe that rap can only be in a safe place if New York controls rap. So the very moment that the South took over was when rap.
Ah, man, respect the South, HH.
No, but look, bro, Andre 3000 is amazing. Uncle's amazing, yeah. But it's like, look, let me just be clear here, because I don't want to. Let me just be clear here. What the South bring is a musicality that New York doesn't have. So, and that's what Outkast did. That's what Goody Mob did. So when you heard Outkast and Goody Mob, guys, whoa, we've never really had melodies being brought into rap before. So what the South were able to do is let's actually bring something much more musical, because New York was lyrics, rap, lyrics, boom, boom, and that's it. So it's cool. But the thing though is, when you just listen to rap right now and look at who are the best rappers, lyrics isn't lyrics is not forefront in their mind. They just think they're just making something musical.
But the thing is, now there actually is, like, I'll give you an example. Big Crit. Big Crit.
Before let me just read this and then we'll get. So, YSK Jackson, thank you for the job. It says that YG's Still Brazy, most unreleased album of the 2010s.
YG in general is one of the most.
Okay, let me put that down.
No, YG. Listen to YG. YG is actually incredible. He has the old school vibe to him, and I feel like he
I'm all about learning new stuff. So this is YG Still Brazy. So the name of the album is Still Brazy. Still Brazy. Okay, YSK. I'll put that on the list, man. I'll put that on the list.
Like when it comes to like you have rappers like David Banner has been rapping conscious, like Godbox. He released it. Like he makes conscious rap from the South.
And he says some very the guy's he's
very intelligent. No, David Banner, like just in general as a role model, guys, I highly recommend you guys bring him up. Big Crit, like remember when the whole Control thing happened? The person with the best response by far is Mount Olympus by Big Crit. That shit is so hard. That was the best, an instant classic. And like, man, like if you just like these are like, again, rappers from the South that people don't really mention. So I don't believe in that. The thing is, there's a song that Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, and Eminem were on, and it was on mixtape in the early 2000s. It's called Syllables, right? where and on that song they're talking about how labels nowadays, like in their back then or at the time nowadays, were just bringing rappers who can't even rap. It's just about have this look, have this style, and talk about this, right? And then they have like a sample from like somebody's like, it's not about lyrics anymore. It's not about lyrics anymore. Like the song is called Syllables. So you obviously know, like, because internal rhyme schemes like that, the whole Big Daddy Kane who popularized it. And like, so like most rappers from the 90s not had to know how to rap. They had to put syllables together. So it was from back then, HH, it's been on steady decline, where all of a sudden, as a rapper, it was mostly about image and record sales and less so about your actual ability. That's why I rate Eminem so much, is because Eminem is big enough to just release garbage. He could fart on a track and he'll still sell a million records. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to put it in, but Eminem still tries to up his pen game and progress the art form forward.
And he's declined. His music has aged like milk.
No, HH, but here's the thing: is like with Eminem, it's not like, for most of Eminem fans, it's not just about just his music, but it's his skill level in rap. Because rap, even though what's unique about rap, like, is that even though yes, it is music, like, which is subjective, there's also an objective factor in the skill level of the rapper, the way he puts words together, the way he puts rhyme schemes together.
No,
like,
wrong.
No, there is.
I totally disagree.
No, absolutely.
No, Red. You know why I disagree? See, I love this. Okay, Adaj, I'm going to say one, but let's just do this first. I love what you just said. And that's my issue with Eminem. See, Eminem, because have you watched the documentary Out of Rap by Ice-T?
No, I haven't.
Bro, you have to watch it. I'm going to send you the guys.
Oh, wait, I have. Is it when he actually interviews Eminem on that one?
Yes.
Yeah. And he brings up "Yoke the Joker" by Tretch, and he says that Tretch.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. So see, and Eminem said that he thinks of rap like a puzzle and trying to fit in words and so forth. I'm like, bro, that's a mistake. Rap is music, and the instruments you're using is your mouth and so forth. So yes, it's about rhyming words and so forth, but it is still a musical art form.
No, but you're disrespecting battle rap, because battle rap goes without music. Battle rap, if you look at battle rappers like from
and how many battle rappers make great rappers?
No, but they're all great rappers. Charlie Clips is incredible.
No. Sorry, how many battle rappers can make a great album?
Oh, they can, but how many rappers who make albums can go into battle rap? Because when Cannabis went into battle rap, they ate his ass up.
No. But Red, that's my point. Battle rappers, most of the battle rappers that you see, can't make a good album. Because when you're making an album, it's not just about you just rhyming words together. It's your ear for music, and you actually making something that sounds sonically good and sonically well. Tupac, technically speaking, was the most technical rapper. Tupac would be destroyed in a battle rap, but Tupac, on an album, because he's got such a great ear for music and he's such a good writer and understands the music, can make a much better album than this battle rap rappers.
One thing about Tupac is that people underrate is Tupac had an incredible voice. The guy was cut from the same cloth as Martin Luther King.
But Red, are we comparing Tupac amongst the likes of a Cool G Rap, a KRS-One, even like throw Eminem, throw Royce the 5 in there? No.
Look. Tupac. The thing is, Tupac's legacy is more of martyrdom. Like, he's a martyr in a sense where people appreciate. No.
And he made great songs. He made amazing songs.
Yeah, but it's like, you have to.
These battle rappers can't do. These battle rappers can't make songs as good as Tupac.
Yeah, I mean, some of them, yeah, but like Tupac's like
one. No, most of them can't make great songs. They can battle rap. They can't make great songs. So there is an art of making a quality rap song, and there's an art of just being able to put words together. All because you can put words together doesn't make you can make a good musical album.
But how many records do you feel like an artist needs to make for them to be qualified?
What do you mean by how many else do you do?
Like, for example, like Lauryn Hill made one record and people consider her one of the greats, right? But she only made one record, right?
Bro,
so like,
and it's one of the greatest albums of all time.
Yeah, no, that's true. But like, I mean, like, how many records do people need to make for us? Like for example, like Eminem, you can say like he's corny right now, right? But like, do you not rate any of Eminem's music at all?
Oh no. See, this is see. I believe that the best white rapper of all time is this dude called the Milk Bone. Because I find Eminem corny. He's very talented. He's very good, but I find his content corny. So as much, I told you, I went back to Real Slim Shady, Eminem Show, and Marshall Mathers. His music ages like milk because his lyrics are very much of the time. So listening to Eminem Listen to Real Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers LP in 2021, bro, it don't sound good. But if you now listen to Reasonable Doubts or Illmatic or Black on Both Sides, that's timeless. You know, but so let's just hit this interest. So from your Adash 3 says, what are the best concerts you've been to? I've seen Migos, Travis Scott, Wiz Khalifa, Jeezy, and Logic. By the way, Two Strange is such a good punchline rapper. So I'll let you go first, right? Best concerts you've been to?
Honestly, I think I haven't been to many concerts, to be honest with you, but Waka Flocka was probably my favorite. I went to a Waka Flocka concert. Like, I wasn't even a Waka Flocka fan. I don't even like Ole Do It. Like, he had like a couple of rap songs out there at the time, and like, it's just my friend got tickets, and I went with him. And yeah, it was a fire time. Yeah, and he and like the thing is Waka Flocka really like he had the cadence, man. Like the whole crowd was vibing, bro. Like he had control. Because a lot of concerts you go to sometimes that's like they don't have that. And plus that one was a bit early on. So that would like when was that? Like yeah, like I don't know, there wasn't as much cell phones and posting as much. I think it was like was it pre-Snapchat? Probably not pre-Snapchat, around that era.
Now, I've got a few, man. KRS-One, man.
You went to KRS-One concert?
Bro. KRS-One, it's not only how good he was at rapping, him freestyling, his crowd control, but bro, do you know what happened? So when you see KRS-One, and his rap and so forth, and he then leaves, but we now follow him outside of the concerts, and there's like a whole crowd of us just following him.
Did you get a photo with him?
No, but I think I have like a recording of him because this is what happened. So basically, we follow KRS-One, and he then goes over to a cinema, and then we basically all surrounding him. And you know, this guy, he basically starts to freestyle on the spot. So he looks at like the cinema, he looks at and he just looks at things around and just freestyles with stuff around it, and we just go crazy. And then his taxi comes, and then we basically start running after his taxi. One of the most amazing displays of crowd control was possible.
Did he play The Bridge Is Over?
No,
he didn't.
I don't think he did. No.
What about Sound of the Police?
Oh yeah, of course he played. Of course,
I think that's his biggest record. But like, I would honestly, if I see KRS-One, it would be sick if he played like The Bridge Is Over, bro.
No. But see, another one that I went to is now this is different. See, Pheromone was amazing because it's amazing to see such a skillful rapper live. So seeing Pheromone just go live is crazy. Now Onyx,
you went to an Onyx concert,
bro. So basically, it was me and my friend Tai Chi. Because we are like huge, because when we were in school, we're like huge, massive Onyx fans. So I said, we're going to go to Onyx, man. I think with Onyx is, I see Onyx where they're like a rap rock act because their thing is very much about energy.
Yeah, but so I know Onyx were like...
So basically, a lot of the guys that were there were like these like white Eastern European Russian guys.
Yeah.
And basically, their biggest song is Slam Harder. Oh, no. Let the boys be boys. Bro, let the boys be boys. And also Slam as well. Bro, no. Red, when that came on, me and my friend, we thought that we'd be because these Russians went crazy. Because literally there was like a massive mosh pit. And literally these guys were punching, throwing because you know, it was like Onyx. Bro, it was hilarious. But so that was where I feared for my life. Was in that Onyx concert was where I actually genuinely felt from my. But yeah, Onyx was, guys, if you have a chance, go to an Onyx concert. It is one of the most intense things you'll ever be to.
Bro, so Fredo Starr from Onyx.
Fredo Starr.
He like one of my favorite interviews of all time, guys. You guys gotta watch the Breakfast Club when they interview Onyx for the first time. Bro, and him and Richardman went at it. Bro, Fredro Starr was about to he wanted to kill him at the moment right there. He took off his glasses, like vision wasn't even a priority anymore. Like he was so pissed. All because
wait, so don't bring this. So from me, so YSK says, H listen to YG's My Crazy Life Fest. Still Blazes the sequel. It's a listen to a West Coast movie. My Crazy Life brought the West back. So like, okay, wait, so My Crazy Life. See, I've heard of YG, so.
Well, you've never listened to any YG records at all.
Nope.
You don't like the West Coast at all.
No. Bro, isn't Kendrick Lamar West Coast?
Yeah, but like Kendrick Lamar's a bit like more transcended though. Like I mean, like the West Coast sound, like the this is like I love like
Oh, so
my
like
favorite
sing this
sound
one.
is like like in the GTA 5. Like how the pretty much stuff.
I haven't played GTA 5.
No,
Look,
I don't know. For me, honestly, guys, this is my underground like edgy thing that I'm listening to right now is Tara Reid. Tara Reid,
yeah, yeah, because I've seen. I keep on hearing the name YG, but I've never actually sat down and actually listened to like a YG album. See, look,
Right.
no, see, I'm always. It's funny. Do you know how I found Kendrick Lamar?
Mm.
Was I can't remember what's the name of that white guy that's sings Thrift Shop. That white dude.
Macklemore.
You see, when Macklemore won the Grammy over Good Kid, Mad City, and there's this big, massive thing. I was like, oh, jeez, why is this thing? So I listened to his album. I was like, okay, it's fine. Then I listened to Good Kid, Mad City. And I was like, how the hell did this look? And that's actually how I found Kendrick, was when the whole master happened with the Grammy
Bro,
thing.
but
So
like,
see, for me,
I'm not gonna lie,
I'm
bro.
always into new music.
My hot take.
Sorry.
My hot take is, judging by how it played out in history, Good Kid, Mad City as a project, like it has probably aged a bit better. But like, I still think 2012 or 20, yeah, it was 2012. I still feel like at the time Macklemore was, bro, he defined that year, man. Like anywhere you would go, you'd hear about thrift shop. He changed like fashion almost in a sense where like a lot, like if you look at the design nowadays,
But where is he now, though? See, that's
no, it
what
doesn't. But that's not. But the album, the Grammy wasn't for him in 2021. It was for him in 2012. Like, bro, that song, what's it called?
No. But see, that just shows that they're not judging it based on music quality. Because if you're just based on music quality and you understand music, you will know that no, this Good Kid, Mad City, this is a sound that's going to last. Whereas that this thing that Macklemore did, this is a thing that is very much just of its time.
But what is the award for? Is the award for that? Is it? It's definitive of that.
The
year.
best.
This was the sound of that year.
No. But no. Bro, Grammys is about who produced the best music, not who produced the most current thing or the most viral thing.
What's the best music? Is it the music connects with most people? Because you can't like quantifiably say that something is better than the other. Because what's better, like having more instruments, does that make you better?
But you can't. If we're doing a musical award, we can't do a musical award based on how many likes did this get or how many sales did this get? No,
I'll be honest, because the musical awards in general, like I do not rate a single award when it comes to any, because like I've never watched the Oscars in my life. I honestly have never watched it.
No, I used to watch those. I used to love the Oscars.
Like I've never even the Grammys. I've never watched them. I've never argued about music, because my taste in music is just my own taste in music. It doesn't, like, I don't care how much somebody tells me something is good. It just has to click with me. Like if I like the artist, I'll like his music sometimes. Like, but like not, I won't. I don't really have that kind of diehard. Like even like guys saying Taylor Swift. Unironically, I like some Taylor Swift songs. Not all the time. I don't want to hear them 24/7. But sometimes when I'm wearing headphones, I'm in a certain mood. I'll listen to Taylor Swift song. It doesn't matter.
Hey, look, bro. I have a Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Britney Spears sometimes. Yes, it's on my playlist. I don't care what it says. Yes, it's on my playlist.
Alien by Katy Perry with Kanye West is a great song.
Actually, now this. You know what? I agree with this. Have you listened to J. Cole's the off season?
1 second. Is that his mixtape? Isn't it?
No. It's the album that he produced.
The new one. No, I can't. Like J. Cole. I used to be a J. Cole stan, and just I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, like my favorite. One of my top 5 albums ever is 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I love that album. Incredible stuff. But yeah, are you frozen, HH, or is like guys? Is it, I don't know.
Wait, so you just don't like J. Cole?
No, it's not that I don't like him. It's just that like I haven't been like keeping up with him. Like I just like decided to zone out because like bro, like J. Cole's fandom is toxic. Like just hanging out with people that like J. Cole. Like,
no, but I mean, see, do yourself a favor. Off season is that's like for me. If we're judging off season, Donda and Several Boy off season is better than all three. Because we see now when you listen to off season, that is what you call top tier rapping, like rapping at its very best. And you see, it's hard because off season is a rap album. Donda is a gospel hip hop hybrid. Certified Lover Boy is a rap R&B hybrid. So you can't even compare them to it. But if you just say, based on the quality of the album, quality of the music, I would say Off Season is the best out of all three, because Off Season is good beats. The beats aren't too complex. They're on point. And J. Cole, bro, the rapping, this guy. Like, for me, I've always said that Kendrick Lamar is the better artist. J. Cole is the better rapper. Just for pure rapping, J. Cole is an excellent
I'll be honest
rapper.
with you, it's just like Kendrick Lamar. I don't like his long analogies. He just, when he raps, he does the same thing that Eminem does. That same style where they use an analogy, like on Control, where he goes like, with two men flying out of the airplane, throwing them out the window, and they only have, instead of a parachute, a condom, and like he's just like rambling at that point. You're like, man, like, yeah, like I don't personally like that. I like quick punchlines. That's why I rate Lil Wayne, I rate like 2 Chainz. They have like that, just punchlines. Even Drake has that. But when it comes to like J. Cole, the reason why is, like, honestly, after 2014 Forest Hill Drive, I'm like, as an artist, for me, remember I was telling you earlier, like how many songs like J. Cole just had there, I'm like, done. Like, this is something I'll listen to for the rest of my life. Like, everything on that. I'm actually gonna pull up that album. I want to see the track list.
No, this is funny. Shout out to your boy Adash when he says Onyx's Breakfast Club interview is top 5. They took it down and it's on Worldstar Hip Hop now. BD Sigel, Damon Dash, and Berman are other classics. Wait. Did you see the Onyx interview?
I've seen all of them. Like, no. When it comes to the Onyx one, that one is hilarious. Because
but do you know what's so funny?
What?
It's because Fred Rostar really likes Brandy.
Yep.
And once Charlamagne brought up Brandy, he was like,
yeah.
No, because did you ever watch Moesha, the TV show?
No, I haven't.
You see, because I grew up, I grew up with Moesha and so forth, and I think on the show, Brandy's character and Fred Rostar's character, they're sort of like boyfriend and girlfriend, and so obviously they must have had something in there. So Shami just says, oh, and we just saw, like, I thought these guys were actually going to fight, because this was
they were pissed. And then what's the name of the
no, Fredro, he was
yeah, that's with Fred. No, the thing is, Fredro also got in the battle rap, and it was embarrassing. I think who did he battle rap with? Fredro versus it was a guy, I think the guy who sang the most beautifulest girl in the world. Fredro versus shoot.
Yeah, no. But my thing was like, see, Beanie Siegel again. He wanted to fight Charlamagne. Birdman is
Keith Murray. Fredro and Keith Murray battle rap. Yes. It actually is real. Actually, and it was in 2015. It was after that, because I remember like they just it was.
No. Now, Red, let me ask you this, and now don't lie. And people in the live chat as well. I don't want anyone to lie. This is a question for people in the live chat, and you here. Do not lie.
Okay.
Did you watch the Birdman interview before it even went viral?
Yeah, I was a hardcore Charlamagne stan. I got into
no. But did you? Because I watched it as they posted it. So as they posted it and so forth, because I used to follow Charlamagne, and they said
on YouTube.
Man. So you see, before it even went through, I watched it when it was on like a few thousand views, and I was like, wait, this is because I didn't think it would go viral. So when I saw it, I was like, this just looks weird. Like, why is he so weird? Because I think they tweeted that, we just had like the quickest interview in Breakfast Club history.
That interview was hot. Because like the thing is like the funny, like I remember how like when Charlamagne blew up, right? Because like how I got into Charlamagne is I saw him on a DJ Vlad interview, and they were talking about Kanye West. I think at the time when Kanye had a skirt. And I subscribed to Vlad, and I used to watch him for literally 3 guys.
And you look like Vlad.
Lord Jamar. I used to watch him for Lord Jamar.
You look like Vlad. You look like Vlad.
Bro, I used to watch him for Lord Jamar. I used to watch him for Star, and from Star and Buck Wild, and Charlamagne interviews.
No, for me, Lord Jamar. That's how I knew about Lord Jamar, was those interviews with Vlad.
Yep. Like so Charlamagne used to have like a ton of lines. Like, I remember like once he said like, I'd sell out if anybody would buy in. If anybody buys in, obviously you sell out. And like the thing is, Charlamagne was always consistent. And like I sort of saw his growth, how he sort of like blew up from like, because he was
but he's sort of like mellowed. I think once because he's such a big guy now, I think you see that he's sort of cut back now with the controversy.
Yeah, he doesn't like, he's no longer a shock jockey anymore.
Yeah. But now Damon Dash though.
Yep.
That is one of the best interviews you'll ever see. Like everyone in live show right now, do your favorite right now, and it's the first interview. It's the interview where it's the interview where he has Mother Mook and another guy. He's with 2 other guys, because the stuff he says in that interview is life lessons.
Yep.
Because the guy, he drops jewels. Because now, the way he says it is rude, abrasive, and sort of, but if you just ignore the delivery and focus on the message, bro, because I keep on going back to that interview again, because that guy says some things.
The thing is about like what Damon Dash did is that the thing is, what screwed him over in the end was his approach.
Yeah,
whether that works on
what he says is always right, but what messed up him with
Jay-Z.
Rockefeller and so forth and everything is your delivery.
Yeah, because like, well, the thing is with Jay-Z is that like he didn't like when they were getting into the industry, he needed that muscle where Jay-Z is like the artist, the talent, and like Damon Dash was one that was forcing these doors open. But eventually they got to a point where they reached their ceiling and now they have to go and get into corporate, right? Damon Dash's approach no longer works at that point, which got him booted out.
You have to make me say, because people like at this, what my mom always says, like, first impression is key.
Yeah. Like
people like once you mess up with the first impression, you can't do it over, because people once you see the first impression, oh, this is how this guy's are. So Jay-Z realized that I can't just be the rapper anymore. I now have to now be the businessman. And this guy that goes in and screams and shouts at people is gonna mess up how much I can do as a guy. Forget as a rapper as a guy. So
no, absolutely, and that's ultimately like what ended up getting him shot in the foot is that like. I remember like when they called up a meeting and he showed up, he was like, "Who called this meeting without my authorization?" Jay called the meeting and like the meeting was just to let him know like you're fired. Like so like the thing is even when that like the problem my issues with Dame Dash, even though I do like his approach to an extent, it is ultimately I don't think it's a very wise decision, because if you look at his story, it didn't end well for him. Actually, Jay-Z, who was
no, like Jay-Z has fared much better than
obviously. What's that? Because the tallest poppy is one that gets cut. Is like when a flower stands out from the yard, that's the one that gets trimmed. You don't always want to be the lightning rod. Sometimes it's just better just be in the background just a little bit to ride it smooth, because that like for the long run.
Sure, and this is. Do you listen to Rage Against the Machine?
Of course.
Oh, bro. Now here's the story here. So I'll tell you the whole story of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah,
so
before the background.
So before I came into school, all I listened to was rap, and in my mind was like rock was just noise. That's only white people listen to. So I was just rap. So, and I don't think he might have. So Charlie Yolland was one of the guys that I was roommates with, and he obviously, because he was a drummer, very good drummer. So he was a drummer, and he listened to rock. I listened to rap. So obviously he played like NoFX, Green Day. I was like, oh no, I think Deftones. Then he would play Rage Against the Machine. I was like, okay, this is rock though, but this is rock with like a beat. And oh, there's a guy rapping. So I'd never had a rapper with a rock sound.
So did you like Linkin Park?
I hated Crawling, but I liked In the End. And then when they then brought Reanimation, I was in. Like when they made that Reanimation album with the hybrid of hip hop, I was like, oh, these guys are freaking like that's one of my favorite albums of all time. Is the
That's a good album,
bro. That's the best remix album ever made. That's my call. In terms of how
shout out to Hemsker actually put me on to that one.
Yeah, no. Linkin Park, like Reanimation. So the first rock song I liked was Pistol Grip Bump. So that's, you could basically Rage Against the Machine, their final album, they did like remixes of famous raps. Well, just remixes, and one of the remixes they did was a song called Pistol Grip Pump. But then Bullets in the Head, freaking what's it called? Wake Up, which is the song from The Matrix. So in thinking about Zach De La Rocha, Zach De La Rocha is a damn good rapper. He is a bloody good rapper. And I think that when you just listen to his lyrics, it's amazing. And you know what the beats about this? Guys, go to Rage Against the Machine. You know how rappers or singers is very much about, I did this. When you listen to his lyrics, very rarely does he say I. Very rarely does he refer to himself. He's always making a commentary on something.
Yep.
She's about, okay, this, so it's never rush. Oh, I did this, me. So he removes the me out of it and just focuses on the subject matter. So, oh no, I like, that's one of my, for me, Rage Against the Machine, I think is the most talented band unit I think ever. When you just think of the drumming, the like Tom Morello is the best guitarist of all time, in my view.
Mhm.
When you just combine him, Tim Comfort, and so forth, Rage Against the Machine are amazing, man.
No,
They're
like
amazing.
the thing is, I rate them highly for any I rate any conscientious like form like art. I really appreciate. Like, that's why I like Lupe Fiasco, right? So I like what's his name, Immortal Technique. I appreciate rappers that tend to talk about topics that might like they don't have to, right? They're talented enough to talk about anything else, but they choose to spread awareness. And like I really appreciate Rage Against the Machine, which is like I remember like I think it was a couple of months ago, pretty much at this point. They had this whole Twitter thing where they got into it with like a lot of conservatives, where they were talking about like, I thought you were raging against the machine. How can you go against like the government? And they're like, well, do you even know what the machine is? Because they criticized the American government for like I think it was against with Israel.
I want to just bring it back to sort of Drake, man, because see, like people refer to Drake as like the Michael Jackson of this era, and even if that may sound a bit crazy and so forth, in a way that he is, because
he's huge.
I've never seen a guy go on this run like Drake has before, in terms of the amount of times this guy has been number one and for how long he's been relevant for. This is one of the craziest runs, I think, in music history, you know? So, and that comes back to my point of artistry. Because Drake, and this is why I think there's a difference between Drake and Kendrick. And that's why I appreciate what Drake has done, because what Drake has done is freaking amazing, because you make good music and you've been relevant for such a long time. But the reason why I appreciate a Kendrick more is Kendrick is at the top, but taking risks. Because you've made, see, I don't really count Section 80 as an album. So for me, he's made 3 albums in my view. And in those 3 albums, they are distinctly different from one another. And they were all successful. So that's for me, is like, but for Drake, there's like, see, it's weird. It's like Drake is this. I don't even like putting Drake and Michael Jackson in there, because Michael Jackson is, there will never be another, and there will never ever be another Michael Jackson. Never.
Like there was Britney Spears, but yeah, like in the same sense, like Britney Spears. Not talent wise. No, I think Michael Jackson is leaps and bounds. I mean, like on a pop level where like globally people are tuned into their lives. Yeah.
No, Red, no. See, Red, see, I'm gonna bring my age card on you now.
No, bro, Michael Jackson is known everywhere. No. Don't get me wrong. I understand what you're saying, bro. I can go to Syria and people know Michael Jackson. I know how big.
Don't put Britney Spears and don't put the fame of Britney Spears. Michael Jackson is unlike anything we'll ever see. True. Because
actually, bro, now that I think about it, yes, I got it. I should have relaxed. It's just maybe because of the Free Britney thing. She's a bit more relevant.
I remember exactly where I was sitting with my sister watching MTV when "Oops, I Did It Again" came through, and I remember the Britney effects, and it was huge, bro. It was like Spice Girls.
Guys, you guys gotta relax. This is not a hot take. Like Britney changed the pop scene, bro. Go look at female artists pre-Britney and post-Britney. Britney changed music, pop music as a whole. Her impact.
But Red, I'll tell you right now, Britney wasn't bigger than Spice Girls.
Bro, she had. What do you mean? She was.
Spice Girls.
Yeah.
You see, Red, you don't, bro. Again, because I told you,
you grew up in
96, 97. Spice Girls.
You were in the UK,
bro. Nah. Spice Girls was different.
No, guys,
Spice Girls was.
I don't know any Britney albums or anything. I'm just talking from a pop culture.
Yes, pop. Yes.
Point of view is like Britney. I'm just saying she's not on Michael Jackson's level. I take that back. Let's go back to Drake. I'm gonna go back to Drake. I'll take the L on that last take. I made a mistake, but like she was huge. Like she actually did change it. But to Drake, since 2009, we're gonna go back to that song where Kanye sabotaged him with the music video. What was the name of that song? He's playing basketball, guys. Baby, you're my everything. Shit, what was it?
No. Basically, live chats gets on this guy on Britney. That Britney. As someone said, Britney wasn't bigger than Madonna.
Bro, Britney was huge, man.
Yes, but no. Actually,
best I ever had. But no, we'll get to that because we're going to change the topic. But best I ever had. what's it called? Since that in 2009, till now, which we're in 2021, approaching 2022, every summer Drake had a huge song. Like whether you want to talk about God's Plan, that was like the song of like what 2018,
So what are you saying? You're saying that Drake is not bigger than Michael Jackson. Okay, what are
not
you
bigger,
referencing?
but like his run of relevancy, like it's been all we're approaching 2 decades now. Not a
Michael
lot of
Jackson was. Do you know Michael Jackson was famous since the 70s
yeah, no,
when he was a
of
child?
course, from ABC, like
So 70s,
ABC, like
80s, 90s, and
2000s.
the
But
2000s.
the problem is like when we're talking about the peak of his powers, it was the 70s, 80s, and then by
And the
mid 90s.
90s and
Mid 90s
90s.
is when he started falling off because once he had what was that his last album when because when 2000s
Invincible.
entered,
Invincible.
yeah, he had that song with where he had I think it was Chris Tucker in the music video with him.
Invincible. What's it called? You
Invincible,
Rock
yeah,
My
yeah.
World. You Rock My
Yep,
01.
exactly.
01.
Exactly that. So I
Which
think
went to number one.
yeah, that was it for Michael Jackson after that point. So we're gonna give him what 3-4 decades. Drake is going on his second decade almost right now because he's what like 7 years away at this point, and there's no signs of slowing down. This guy
But
has
no. But see, Red. See, let's just be very clear here. Drake is this generation's Michael Jackson, but Drake ain't Michael Jackson.
of course
And by
not.
that I mean is that Michael Jackson's talents was transcendent.
Mhm,
Like all Drake is a very good rapper. Drake can't sing, bro.
mhm.
The dude doesn't know how to sing. So all he's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
he's a very good rapper, and that's pretty much it. That's he makes pretty good albums. So, but none of his albums are like, oh, these are
but
like super classic musical thing albums.
the difference is back then people only knew artists. Like you would see an artist like once every couple of months. You would see you get news about them. Like Ether, Ether. It
Yeah.
was released like months after Takeover. It wasn't instantaneous. People in this modern era were killing Meek Mill for waiting 4 days. 4 days, they were killing Meek Mills. They're like, "Oh, where's your response? Where's your response?" It's just that now we live in an era where everything is faster.
Oh no, it's
Right?
all fast. It's all
And the
fast.
fact that Drake has been able to last this long, like, come on, guys, you gotta give him credit in this.
No. But also let's be real. Drake is in his own lane. Who is he competing against? Because you make rap, R&B a hybrid.
Mm.
You see, Kendrick has to compete with J. Cole, Big Sean, Big Crit,
Kendrick is
and
not
so
competing
forth.
with anybody. Kendrick, like the thing is about what the cool thing about Kendrick is, and what I love about how people
Oh,
rate
for
Kendrick.
Of course, he's competing with Gaso. You're a rapper. You make rap albums.
He's bigger. He's literally at this point, he's bigger than everything. Like J. Cole will come
yes,
out.
he's big and so forth, but you are still making rap. So that's you're still
There's
competing with
no
other
way
rappers.
you're gonna come out and ask about a Kendrick album, and I'll tell you, oh, what? Oh, like remember the off season with J. Cole? J. Cole's not on Kendrick's level. J. Cole's like B tier. Kendrick is S tier.
Oh
like,
no,
there's
I'm just like Kendrick. You can still compete with people, but still be bigger than them. It still doesn't mean that you're not competing with them.
Yep.
Because you're still in your lane. Just very quick, let's arrest this. So
Yeah,
Dash 3 says, thoughts on Kevin Samuels and YouTube life dating coaches. It just seems for him, but I see a lot of people take them as gospel and rehash their points. Now, this is what is we call the issue of society is people like YouTube personalities and online people influence people too much. It's similar to what I call like the Kim Kardashian effect. Amber Rose, Kylie Jenner is the regular people buy too much into what these YouTube people are saying. I think I follow Kevin Samuels though. I think I actually do follow him and so forth. And the guy, he does say some interesting things. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram because the guy's like he says some very interesting things. But my thing though is people are very gullible. And if you say the right things and so forth on YouTube, you can easily gain a following because 99% of people are sheep and they're followers. 99% of people are waiting for someone to follow and tell them what to do because even if you don't believe in religion, people want to follow a religion. Like for some people who are atheists, the religion is Kim Kardashian. The religion is Kylie Jenner. So
yeah, like honestly, for me personally, Look, be wary of grifters, man. Anybody that's trying to sell you something like that. My only issue with Kevin Samuels is like, I don't like how he tends to rate and degrade people. People go through shit all the time, and they don't need somebody telling them about how horrible they are and how much they're on a ticking time bomb of being less desirable. That who gives a shit about who's desirable? At the end of the day, bro, people should be learning about how to be content with themselves and how to appreciate themselves and grow to be a better person to benefit yourself, not because you're seeking a partner or not because you're seeking to be vindictive towards somebody that rejected you in the past. Like most of these guys are trying to grift and teach you like, oh, like alpha and beta and gamma and sigma and whatever. Like they're trying to like fucking put you in caste systems. Like, none of that shit exists. In the end, operate for yourself. Like you set goals for yourself and work towards them, and everything everything else in life falls in place, bro. No matter what, if you're gonna be with somebody and that person wants to cheat, they're gonna cheat. Nothing you do or learn or act, or like if you're a nice guy that's trying to act like alpha because you think that's gonna, none of that shit's gonna work, bro. If things are gonna happen, they're just gonna happen. You just gotta have to experience life and take it on the chin and know how to move forward. As long as you're working down your own path in your own way, any of that shit that happens won't matter because you're down your own path. Like if that, you're like, I'll take the L and I'll keep it moving. I have better shit to do. I don't want to occupy myself with this stuff. And I feel a lot of people nowadays are very horny because of the internet. They have too much access to free pussy online where they get to see it for free, and they're thinking about it too much.
It's very when things are so accessible. What can you do? Like back in the 2000s and so forth, you had to get that DVD hour or so forth. So porn was in hard supply. Right now, it's so accessible. When things are so accessible, these issues arise, man.
Bro, all these guys do online. All I see is if you go on any woman's page, it's all just guys thirsting in the comments or talking, and if they're not thirsting or talking, they're doing the opposite and just insulting this poor woman who did nothing but just post herself. Like, my guy, it's none of your business what she does. Just because you're attracted doesn't mean that she owes you something or that she has to give you time or attention. Like get out of here, man. Like, just leave people alone. Like, let things. If people just remind their business,
people always want to judge and always want to. Hence why
envy.
You can't read too much into what guys say, man, on plan. So from your boy Orub Bonati, man, thank you for the dub. I'm a lot older than you. Madonna crushes Britney Spears and Spice Girls. Only MJ is bigger as a musician in the last 35 years. Now, what I will say though is Madonna. Now, it's in terms of what? In terms of bigger. So I would say Madonna, Britney Spears, yes. Spice Girls. The Spice Girls mania was unlike anything, and I will argue.
Tell you what I want, what I really want, man. Tell me what you want, what you really want.
Bro, Red.
That shit was fire, bro.
In 1997, if you met a girl, she was either Scary Spice, Baby Spice. They had their own. Every girl had a Spice Girl that they were. So, see, for me, I'm just going to give you here. 1997, Spice Girls were the biggest thing on the planet.
Okay.
They were huge. So I would argue that just for that year in 1997, Spice Girls were but bro, nothing touches MJ. Nothing to MJ is, bro, like there'll never be another MJ, bro. There'll never be another MJ. I'm looking at, like, for example, I'm just looking at Britney Spears. I feel like am I tripping? Because like every album she had during her run in 3 years, 99, 2000, 2001, she number one, and she went platinum on all of them, like in diamond, Madonna was, especially if I think in the 80s, Madonna was different.
Look, all I know, you're probably right. I wasn't around, but I just remember for a brief period of time, for if you remember in 2005, 2006, 2007, you turn on TV anywhere, there's news about Britney Spears. They were you watch Family Guy, you watch South Park, you watch The Simpsons, you watch any kind of video or media consumed worldwide. Everybody had a joke about Britney Spears. If she showed up fat, people were talking about her, about her kids. The people even knew her ex, who was just a background dancer. People even knew his name. Everybody was in tune with this woman's life. I guess you're right. Maybe she wasn't as big for longevity-wise, but I guess in that era where media was just a bit more consumed, and it was like, it was a transition from old school media to the new media that we have nowadays, where people are more intrusive and all included. Bro, because of Britney Spears, they changed like paparazzi laws. Like, she was huge. Like at her peak, everybody wanted to know about this woman. Not just from a musical point of view. I'm talking about fame. That's what I meant.
Red, you're talking as if I wasn't alive and breathing during. I remember of course she was freaking huge, but she was nowhere near the level of MJ.
Yeah, no, I
Because
was. Yeah, I
the
told you that was
humans
a bad
look,
take. I
once the
apologize
humans
about
were
that.
fainting on the sides of MJ, bro. When MJ came out and
Mhm.
so forth, and you were sitting on the front row, people had to be wheeled out and carried away because
Yeah.
they MJ. There will never be another Michael freaking Jackson. And you know what is so bad, right? I had tickets to his last concert.
Mhm.
And you know what was so bad? I remember I woke up early in the morning, refresh, 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 refresh. And literally, had, because basically his tickets were for July of that
Yep.
year. I got tickets for February of the next year because everything was booked up. And because obviously, just for the souvenir, I still have them in an envelope. And obviously, the thing happened on so, but no, MJ was different, bro.
No,
MJ was different.
bro. Look, I know Michael Jackson in the '80s, like, is untouchable. Like, I think he sold his record for like Thriller. I'm pretty sure, like, the most sold out.
What's the point of Kevin Samuels? Conman, I swear. You see, the thing with Kevin Samuels is don't blame him, blame the people that listen to
Yeah.
him. You see, why should people be blaming a Kevin Samuels? He's not forcing anybody to listen to him. He's just talking and saying. He's not coercing people to listen. So it's now down to the woman as to whether you want to listen to him or not. So the fact that there are a whole group of women who are now buying and listening to everything that he says as gospel is down to them. So my thing is, conman or not a conman, he's just a guy saying whatever he's saying, and the
It's
women are listening to him, man.
no. See, I do agree with you, Chich. I feel like we aren't he's entitled to say whatever he wants. He's entitled to give his takes and his opinions. And obviously, I don't agree with everything he says. And I made like the test, like, for example, the industry that he's in particular. But the industry exists, man, because there's a lot of lost souls nowadays. A lot of people that, because look, man, we're in an era where we see everything. Everything is under a microscope, right? Like, so when it's easy for people to be dissatisfied with their life and feel like they're doing something wrong, and they seek mentorship and guidance, right? So when you go online and you see somebody that's well put together, that's saying things in a way that it makes sense, and it's sort of like confirming already what you believe in the back of your head, uh you're gonna get attached to it. And that's why you see online nowadays, literally a ton of these, like, any kind of wild take you might experience, you're gonna find avenues of people talking, and about it, and whether it's just dating or sports or cars or anything. There's Every industry has this kind of thing, and that's all he is. And just the industry that he happens to go with is one that it's a problem that every human being deals with, right? Like HH to an extent is Kevin Samuels for football, right? Where he talks about football, he talks about this stuff, you know what I mean? But not everybody watches football, right? Kevin Samuels is just doing something about the dating scene, the life scene. He's almost like a life coach. And again, it's easy for us to be dissatisfied. You're going on Instagram, you're seeing dudes that are 3 years younger than you. They're signing big contracts and have cars, and they're making music, or they're like athletes or whatever. You're just looking at yourself and like, man, like, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I get like the girl? Why can't I? You're gonna go and try to find these guys that are trying to show you the way, but there's no blueprint. Ultimately, you do whatever you want. There are no rules, my brother.
Isn't the Weekend Canadian?
Yes, he is, and he is my favorite singer at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
he's See, if you guys want this, you guys hate me about the Britney Spears take. For me personally, The Weeknd is modern day MJ for me personally, because like when I like I like peace out, AJ, peace out, bro. What, bro? Oh, dang, man. Nah, man. Shout out to The Weeknd, man. Yeah, you know what? Bruno Mars. Yes. Actually, but the thing is, Bruno disappears. Yeah, no, man. Bruno Mars, The Weeknd, of course, there would never be another MJ, but like, I feel like he occupies that lane. I'm guys, obviously, man. Like, MJ is one of a kind. We'll never have another MJ.
You see, Red, I like you, bro. I like you. I like you and so forth. But we may have to fight. We might have to fight, man, because
you're not a fan of The Weeknd.
No, Red, no. Weeknd is a damn good singer and so forth. How dare you call Weeknd the modern day Michael Jackson?
No, I said he's my modern day dose of him. Like, whenever, like, because
No. Your words were he's the modern day Michael Jackson. Those were your words. I didn't hear the word dose. You said Weeknd is at the modern day Michael Jackson.
Did I? I'm pretty sure. But that's how I'm like. Does it? Can the chat back up? Because I checked the record because I honestly I don't
Didn't
think
Red say Weeknd is a modern day Michael Jackson?
I said for me personally, like the Weeknd for me is like my modern day dose of Michael Jackson. It is. That's like because Michael Jackson can't make any more new music. But like when I hear like "Can't Feel My Face," to be honest with you, like that I kind of can hear like the Michael Jackson influence in it. I'm not saying that the Weeknd is as good or better or anything or in direct competition with the Michael Jackson. The Weeknd's the Weeknd. Michael Jackson is the Michael Jackson. But the Weeknd, I really like and also the Weeknd has his own like unique style and sound, and I appreciate that.
Oh, no. Look, he is a. You know what I would say? Because Michael Jackson is a very good singer. But I would like that maybe what the Weeknd might be a better vocalist than Michael Jackson. Because Michael Jackson's strength was performance. So Michael Jackson was a mixture of his singing, his execution, his dancing, his performance, and just how he was able to attack and execute. Basically, his delivery on a track was with MGP. But MJ was just as a whole package. MJ was just different, bro.
I will say this: "Smooth Criminal" by MJ is the greatest music video of all time.
It really was music video
of all time. Like when you talk about like the whole production,
it is.
I know it's part of a movie. You know, like a moon.
But it's still there is still a section that you would just call a music video. It's
12 minutes long, but
it's man. Don't get me into my whole MJ bag, man. Because my thing with Michael Jackson is let's put Neverland, his personal life, and let's put that to one side, and let's focus on the artist. Because I told you, like, Michael, the thing for Michael Jackson, you have to understand what this is. I'm a young dude, black kid in Nigeria and so forth. To see a black guy perform the way that he did, it does something to you. Because I remember when I first saw Michael Jackson, and I was super young, super young. And then we were sitting in the kitchen, and I actually stand on the chair and basically grab my crotch. And my mom is like, "Get the hell down! Don't put your hand in your crotch or everything." Because just seeing him do the moonwalk for the first time in Motown 25 and so forth, they're like, is it because it's like watching basically, it's similar to my view when I watch Ronaldo Brazil. It's like you're looking at a superhero.
Yeah,
you're looking at like this is just like a
Michael Jackson. I vividly remember the first time I saw the moonwalk. That blew my mind. And
it was crazy.
Yeah, and like to this day, guys, like don't get me wrong, I rate Michael Jackson as a king of pop. He is number one for me. Like he's undoubtedly like his records. Even when you look at the records that he even holds, like if you adjust how much he was selling at the time on his fame level, he was the biggest. I was
no. Don't. I'm begging you, please, Red. Don't you ever mention Elvis's name? See, I don't want to talk in respect. Don't mention that guy's name because Elvis for me is please don't.
You don't rate Elvis? Bro, like I don't know, HH. I think you should give him a chance.
Let me read this. The heck? Oh my god. What's it called? Madonna has entered top 5 selling artists ever. Closest thing to MG. People forget. Britney just entered top 50.
No, guys, it's not about sales. I said fame level, as in like when you're at your peak, the fame
put some respect to Madonna's name. Because see, thing about Madonna is she said what's up in the 80s. She said what's up in the 90s. She said what's up in the 2000s. True. But I get where you're coming from. Where you're coming from is in terms of hysteria. And Britney Spears' hysteria of "Oops, I Did It Again" was insane. Because I told you, I'm old enough. I remember that section of "Oops, I Did It Again." Sometimes Britney was colossal. It's similar to Kurt Cobain, Nirvana.
Yep.
Well, literally, Kurt Cobain, like that. I think he just couldn't take the fame because Kurt Cobain was literally like a god. Because he literally spoke to an entire generation of people and so forth, and he pretty much birthed and made grunge music popular. And because I love grunge music, like what's it called? Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam. Those are my guys, man. So I love that music. But Kurt Cobain's fame was so there's a sense of hysteria. So of course, Madonna was a huge artist, but in terms of hysteria and how much people idolized you. It's like Kurt Cobain in the early 90s, which is what Britney Spears was during those late 90s and so forth.
True.
Akon is my goat, certified hitmaker back in the day. Have you heard that? You know, like Akon, I think he gave electricity to, I don't know, there's a country in West Africa that he gave electricity to.
He didn't give. He's part of a
obviously like a company that did it.
People tend to overrate Akon's accomplishments outside of music, but he does. He's a great philanthropist. I love Akon. Akon, MT. I think Akon's probably top 3 for me. He could be the greatest, because growing up for me when I was young, like from during middle school to high school, my most listened to was Akon.
Yeah, Senegal. I think it might be Senegal.
Senegal. Yep, it was Senegal. Yep. And Akon was probably my favorite rapper. It's like I remember like right now, like bro, yeah, Akon has so much hits, like from Locked Up.
Locked Up is the only one that I know, man. That's the only one I know.
What?
Wait, actually, like, did he discover Lady Gaga?
He did discover Lady Gaga, and he gets paid off of everything Lady Gaga makes.
Oh, same thing with Usher and Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, exactly. Justin Bieber chose Usher over Justin Timberlake, which I think was a great one. So wait, you've never heard Smack That with Eminem?
I've heard Smack That.
I Wanna Love You.
No.
What? I wanna love you. You know, like, come on, man. Like,
don't make me sing the whole thing. See, if I was ahead, it probably sounds familiar.
Right now, I wanna make up. Right, oh my god, Slow Wine remix with R. Kelly. Oh my god,
let's we say about Robert Kelly, the better, bro. So actually, okay, I want to talk about Kanye. And
okay, let's go.
The best Kanye album. What's Kanye's best album? And also, guys in the live chat as well. Let's be interactive, guys.
I gotta go back.
What do you think Kanye's best album is?
I gotta look at the track list because Kanye, he has the contenders.
Bro, it's between basically for me. It's between college dropouts, graduation, and late registration and twisted fantasy. I don't want to hear anything about Jesus or any of that. I am a god. Give me a damn massage. No, I don't want to hear about
that. I think it's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think it is. Like from right now, I'm looking at the track.
It's graduation. It's the right answer is graduation.
Okay, look, graduation is my second because graduation.
Okay, give me the track list of graduation, please.
Okay, so you have Good Morning.
Amazing. Good Morning.
Great song. Yep. Champion. Obviously, Stronger. Oh my God, Stronger is still one of my favorites. I Wonder.
If Flashing Lights is on that album, it's over.
Good Life. Amazing. Can't Tell Me Nothing. Oh my God, so good.
Bro, it's over.
Good. Drunk and Hot Girls. Flashing Lights. It's good. Everything I Am. The Glory. Homecoming. And then Big Brother is Big's brother.
Oh,
it's a great. That
is a excellent album.
Okay, it is.
Now name me the factors of Twisted Fantasy.
Dark Fantasy. Gorgeous. Great with Raekwon and Kid Cudi. Power.
Okay.
Come on.
I'll give you Power.
All of the Lights. Come on. All of the Lights is a great one. Like, especially the shout out to MJ in the beginning.
Okay, yeah, okay. MJ, keep going. Next, what's next?
Okay. Monster. Amazing, bro. And I'm not going to lie. Monster was the record that made me respect Nicki. Respect. Because, bro, like, she killed Jay-Z. She ate Kanye West, Rick Ross.
What's the next track?
So Appalled. Devil in a New Dress. Oh, So Appalled, by the way. Great, by the way. Devil in a New Dress. Okay. Runaway. Incredible. Hell of a Life. Blame Game. Lost in the World. And Who Will Survive in America. Okay, fair.
No, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair.
I'm sorry.
Fair.
Like,
Graduation
I'm sorry.
is best.
Yes. Thank you. Graduation is best.
I think like, let me see. I like Monster a lot. And I like All of the Lights and Power. And like Gorgeous, like okay, he had Runaways also, man. But yeah, I don't think it's comparable. It's
great. Like when you just named those things of Grudge, because I remember I was just doing like a whole Kanye deep dive, and I was okay. When I just listened to Grudge, it's like, wow, this is amazing. It was just like, and when there are no skips. Mm-hmm. For me, it's like, have you listened to Tribe Called Quest, Beats, Rhymes, and Life?
No, I haven't listened to that whole project.
Bro, guys, everyone, put that down on you, because for me that is one of the best albums you'll ever listen to. So put that on your list. Tribe Called Quest, Beats, Rhymes, and Life, because that's what you call an album where there are no skips. From
You know
track
what?
1 to track 16, there are no skips.
I'll give you guys a song, a hip hop song, and that's like my style. And if any of you in the chat know any songs like this, send it to me. It's Jurassic 5. Let me actually find the exact name of the song. Bro, have you ever heard of Jurassic 5?
Of course I have. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Where is it? Power and
Yeah,
Numbers.
they were on Reanimation.
Yes, sir. Like they're incredible, by the way. Like High Fidelity. Jurassic 5 High Fidelity. That is honestly, like that is like essentially my favorite hip hop sound personally for me. What if you don't mind me asking, it's like what's your favorite type of beat? Like what era?
Oh, do you know
you like
Jay,
New York? You like
do you know Jay Dilla?
Yeah, of course, Jay Dilla from Tribe Called Quest.
Basically, Slum Village.
Hey man, you know how I know Jay Dilla? Aside from A Tribe Called Quest, and what made me go deeper into him, Eminem shouted him out.
Oh,
Eminem brings him up. Eminem, look, I'm not gonna. If you listen to Eminem's later projects, I feel like Eminem's become the perfect gateway rapper for a lot of like hardcore, like rapper purists that like the technical rhyme schemes. Because Eminem puts you onto a lot of rappers. Like he name dropped like Pharoah Monch that you mentioned, right? He'll name drop Jay Dilla. He'll name drop all these people in his songs in his recent albums, and like I feel like that's pretty.
Okay. Let's because
I need you to say one thing nice about Eminem eventually. HH, you're gonna have to say one thing nice about him eventually.
No, he's a good rapper. He knows how to rap.
Yeah. That's
okay. No, we're gonna do this for both the answers now.
Okay.
Kanye West's worst album.
Let me see, because I used
and
to
also so this is for the live chat, as well. What is Kanye West's worst album? Live chat. I want to hear you guys as well. Kanye West's worst. For me, I think it might be
Oh Jesus! Wait, Jesus is King. When did he release this?
No. That's I think
okay. Look, I don't want to go to hell. I'm not gonna say anything about a gospel album. I'm gonna say like, yo, when did Kanye release?
Yeah, Kids See Ghosts. You see, it's either between Yeezus or Kids See Ghosts.
There's Yay. No, look. Let me read Yeezus, because I feel like Yeezus is a bit underrated. Because look, Black Skin.
Everyone is saying Jesus is King.
Wait. So none of you guys like Black Skinhead at all? Like,
guys, you can't say Jesus is King is the worst album, because that's just wrong. So let's just try to be.
Look. For me personally, I think. Look, guys. I like Donda, so I don't want to hate on gospel song, but I think Jesus is King is probably his worst album.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's might either.
Look, and the reason why, I'll tell you why. Here's my issue, right? I don't mind, bro. If you wanna make this.
No. This is no.
Too much on.
This has nothing to do with content. This is about music. It's about music.
Blood on the Leaves is an incredible record. Blood on the Leaves, spot on adage. Like, bro, like I honestly think like Yeezus is underrated, and Bound, say what you want about it. It made an impact on hip hop, because a lot of records copied that style of production after Bound. Unless someone wants to correct me and tell me that there was someone that before, because Drake, his sound post 2012 is essentially just Bound remixed.
So okay, let's now move to Drake. So guys, again, live chat. Let's hear Drake's best album.
If you're reading this is too late. It's his best album.
For me, I think it's okay. I think it's Thank Me.
No.
Later.
It's if you're reading.
Although Take Care is very good. Do you know what I'll say? Objectively, I think it's Take Care. Personally, I think it's Thank Me Later. Can you read me the track list of?
Okay,
if you're reading
this, it's too late, because this song, I remember when I first listened to this, there was not a skippable song. You have Legend, classic, Energy. Oh my God, Energy was amazing. I got enemies, got a lot, bro. 10 bands, amazing. Know Yourself, amazing. No Telling, amazing. Madonna, trash. Six God, okay. Star 67, okay. Preach, great. Used To, Six Man, Now and Forever, Company, You and the Six, Jungle, and 6 p.m. in New York. Honestly, all those songs, like, there's not a aside, even Madonna, I like it. There's not a single skippable song. They're all good.
Read the track list of. You see, I'm with your boy SSB there. It's between those two. Read the track list of Thank Me Later.
Thank
man.
Me Later. Okay, and this is what most of my friends tell me. Like Fireworks, Karaoke, The Resistance, Over, Show Me a Good Time. Honestly, I'm sorry, man. Like even Fancy, Up All Night, like Shut It Down.
Bro, man, I'm sorry. He hit the. I mean, these were man. It's just track. Like there are no skips. Thank Me Later.
Guys,
There are no
okay.
skips.
What's the other one?
Take Care.
Take Care. Let's go with Take Care. Okay, Take Care. Actually, Over My Dead Body, Shot for Me, Headlines. Oh my god, I forgot Headlines.
Yes, Take Care is Take Care is an
Yeah,
album, bro.
Crew Love is incredible with The Weeknd. Take Care. Marvin's Room. Oh god, Marvin's Room, man. Marvin, bro. No, man. Let's see. Underground.
So are you going to change your thing right now to Take Care?
I Take Care. Both. I just remembered how great both those albums were. But in my opinion, I still think if you're reading this, it's too late. Is Drake at the peak of his powers?
Wait, okay.
Bro, Drake had people.
Wait. What's
Drake
year
had people
was it
faking
released?
to be Canadian. Let
What
me tell you,
year was that
as a
released?
Canadian, nobody fakes to be Canadian. He had people saying running through the six. You know what I mean? You know how many people tell me like whenever I tell them, oh yeah, like I'm from like Toronto area. Oh, you're from the six, huh? Like bro. It's...
No. One thing I'll say though is that Drake single-handedly made Canada cool.
Oh yeah.
No, because I don't know what it is. Like, has he been given the keys to the city?
I'm pretty sure he has. He's
because my thing is that look, he's like, that's OVO Festival is one of the biggest festivals on the planet. So basically, him single-handedly, the amount of jobs you've brought in to that city and so forth is huge.
Bro, Canada was so unrecognized that in hip hop you had the East, West, South, but there was no North. There was no North. It was honestly, but it's not just Drake. Drake and The Weeknd both put the city on the map.
Not to the extent of
no, bro.
So I saying that The Weeknd is as big as Drake and has had as much influence.
Weeknd,
and I must remember,
Canada, man.
Drake wears the whole Canada thing on his sleeve, not as much as Weeknd. Weeknd is like this kind of artistic.
No, but like even in his songs, like in Low Life with Future, he's like East Coast hitter, repping North Side, never let a hoe something like that. But like he always says repping North Side. He's always like maybe obviously in songs you're not as braggadocious, so you're not going to drop you're not going to drop out your city all the time, but he does whenever like given the choice, whenever it's relevant. He always says he reps Toronto. But yeah, like maybe you're right. Like obviously Drake is bigger than the like.
So okay, let's not think. Okay, what's the Drake album?
Worst Drake album.
A lot of guys say Views.
Views is probably my. Let me actually look at Views because I hated Views.
But Views has one of his best songs with my guy Wizkid, One Dance.
That is.
That's one like that is
okay.
An amazing.
Okay. Let's look at Views because Keep the Family Close. I did not like it. 9. I did not like it. You With Me. I did not like it. Feel No Ways. Hype. I think I liked Hype. I haven't listened to these in a long time. Western Road Flows, Redemption, With You, Faithful, Still Here, Control. I really liked. One Dance, obviously. Grammys. I think Grammys was all right. Pop Style. I like Pop Style. Both Virgins. The one with Jay-Z. I really like that. Too Good with Rihanna. Views, Hotline Bling. Okay, maybe Views isn't that bad. No, Views isn't the worst. Views has some good.
Wait. What album was Hotline Bling?
That was Views.
Oh, that was Views?
Views, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the thing about Drake. He has so many albums. Like, even now, I'm looking at Scorpion, right? From 2018. You have Survival, Nonstop, Elevate, Emotionless, God's Plan. Like, even like, look, on an album that you would consider like one of his worst, he has God's Plan, which is a song that really captured the summer of 2018. I'm Upset, 8 out of 10. I'm Upset. Yeah, no, I'm Upset is actually a really good song.
Yeah. No, I mean, but look, so
yeah,
let's now do this though.
You know what? I will say this: his worst record is probably Scorpion. Maybe it's because this one didn't click with me. And I may not know, and somebody's probably going to be mad.
A few guys are saying Scorpion in here, and I said Views is a good album. Say Scorpion Easy, Scorpion. Yes, Scorpion is in Scorpion. So now let's now do this now to end the show. Okay, for you personally, Graduation against If You're Reading This Is Too Late. What's the better album?
Graduation. Like the thing is Graduation is like one like the only problem. The difference is like when you talk about like when you want to give Kanye credit for Graduation, you're almost giving him more credit for the production, because like somewhat like
But
Good Life, like,
but so see, that's graduation is what's made is why you have to say no. This guy is is freaking amazing because what graduation is this guy is doing producing, but he's rapping as well, and the rapping is on point.
But see,
You see,
let me tell you something.
when you listen to Donda, there's lots of just fluff, and it's just like, but Kanye West is like he was in when you're just in the pockets musically, where everything is just hitting on target. And my thing is that graduation, I'm sorry, and I love Thank Me Later. Graduation pretty much washes any of Drake's
no, there's nothing, because like the thing is when you look at Graduation, like a lot of these songs, there's not two songs that really sound similar or the same. Like if you listen to Good Life, Can't Tell Me Nothing, and Stronger, between the three of them, or Big Brother, like those are four amazing songs with four different sounds, and both like are like it's just he's just too. It was too unique, and like honestly, there's not really a lot of rappers though that can really beat Graduation as a whole, because like this album is just all hits pretty much. It's literally all hits. Like, and the songs aren't hits. They're just so good quality wise. Whether it's the writing,
it's just, and that's my thing with Kanye. See, I feel that Kanye has lost his way. And I'm blaming Kim Kardashian. I think his mother had a big thing to do with it. I think when his mother died, that was a big moment.
Yes. I really feel like look, Kanye West to me is like Mike Tyson in a sense, where like you almost feel like there's brilliant talent there and there's a lot of potential there that the people around him tend to corrupt him. I feel like the people around him like misguide him. And I feel like I've always gotten the vibe of him is there's no malicious intent there. He always speaks his mind, and you always see there's like a sense of purity from him. Not purity as in like he's like this amazing holier than thou, but like he really means this stuff. Really frustrates him. Like when he was ranting on Sway in the Morning about trying to get into the fashion industry and how people but this is real.
You ain't got the answer, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway.
But the funny thing is people turned him into a joke, into a meme, but he was speaking facts. And people later on Twitter and like
Red, no, stop.
Do you remember what he said?
No. Nobody wants to hear a dude obsessed about trying to sell sneakers or trying to be the Black Michelangelo or any of that crap.
That wasn't the point.
Go make freaking music.
The point is that Kanye West, as a man, right? As a man, he generated wealth over his lifetime. How he generated his wealth, whether he's an athlete or a singer or an artist or through business or through whatever, he generated money. He's trying to buy into an industry and compete in this industry, and he was being blackballed. What do you mean why? Because he's entitled to it. It's a freedom of choice. It's a free market. And when he was trying to go into the high fashion, he was like, you know what? I'm a black rapper. I'm trying to get into this high fashion. I want to sell luxury products. I don't want to sell streetwear.
Do you have any history of being a fashion designer? Why should we take you seriously?
But that's not.
You make beats.
No, but that's
there are people who have dedicated their entire.
But that's what he was talking about. But people just saying, "Oh, you make beats, so go see."
This is what you have to know. No, you have to know your lane. There are people who have dedicated their entire lives to fashion design and have an aptitude for it. Nobody will ever question Kanye West as being an excellent producer. What makes you think that you're now talented at designing shoes and so forth?
You know what?
Because you make great beats.
You're a very talented football analyst. What do you know about movies? What do you know about music?
Red, no. Red, okay, no.
Just talk about football.
Red, can I respond to that? Before I even began doing any of this football stuff, I made movies, I did acting, I was in film, and I used to do film reviews. So I actually did, and I used to be in plays. So I actually.
But that's my point. No. But you don't know if Kanye was into fashion before, and he wears all this designer stuff. I want to design designer stuff.
Red. If you can show me, and prove to me that Kanye West had a history of being in fashion and doing fashion, I wouldn't say anything.
Okay, look, you. I'm gonna tell you something. For me, growing up, you were talking about Britney Spears and Spice Girls in the 90s. In the 2000s, when Kanye West came out, it shifted from everybody wearing baggy clothes and jerseys and bandanas and all this stuff to polos and skinny jeans. Kanye West, he changed fashion in hip hop. Most of these rappers like Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, all these guys, that kind of like, nerd hip hop like that, they came from Kanye West. It wasn't cool to be like that. It wasn't cool to wear polos and wear dressers. Kanye West was literally very influential in fashion. And what I'm not saying that I like his clothes. I detest luxury clothing lines. I think that they're very a waste of money and it's all just hot garbage. But since we have it, If Kanye is trying to break into it, if he has the money, he's trying to link up and find these factories, and he's telling you, as somebody that's that privileged and that like a commoner that achieved that level of wealth, is telling you that, look, I'm trying to get into this industry, and there are gatekeepers that are blocking me, and they're blocking me based off of my background, and they're blocking me based off of where I came from. That's what I'm. That's what I'm detesting when that with that Sway interview is, man, the guy's trying to break into an industry, and people made it into a joke. They're like, haha,
No,
he's
no,
so
no, no, no,
delusional.
no. But Red, you have to look at the other side, and people's point of view is, we know you as a hip hop producer and a rap producer, and this is how you made your name. And if you're now going on to a rap show, Sway in the Morning is a rap show. Sway in the Morning has nothing to do with fashion. Sway is a guy heavily steeped into rap. So if you go and just go on this diatribe about fashion and how you're not being the fashion,
but that was the music. That was the music. That because when he was here, I'll bring up, because he was on that show promoting Yeezus, right? That was what he was there, and he was asked about the themes of Yeezus. Is why does he feel like he's a new slave, right? Why? And he's telling you it's because, like, I'm shackled. It's because I have all this money, I have all these things, but when I'm trying to do whatever I want to do, use this money and start going to this industry, I'm shackled. I'm a slave. They want me to do they're telling me essentially to shut up and dribble, to just shut up and rap and produce. Do what you do. You're not allowed to go into this industry. That's not for you.
No. Okay, Red, you know what? That's fair enough. And you know what? That's why his music has suffered. His music has suffered because you have dedicated so much effort into fashion designing and so forth. You have not been able to, you've taken yourself off the ball. Hence why you've not been able to make any albums to the quality of College Dropouts, Late Registration, and Graduation. Let's keep it like Donda is cool. Donda has some really good production and so forth, but Donda is just nowhere near the level of those other previous albums.
Life of Pablo. I really like. I felt like that was a great album. Life of Pablo. Come on, like No More Parties in L.A. Like he put on Panda. Like I remember that was he made that song pretty big. But here's my thing, HH. With you're right. Obviously, because. But this happens with every rapper, though. There's no artist that has infinite. Like the Game had this ill quote where he said, like, you can never really beat your first rap record because your whole life goes into your rap record, and it's very hard to really put more into the second, the third, and the fourth. And Kanye gave us classics, right? He gave us multiple classic records, right? Like we have to debate what's the best one. Like, and even then, by the way, me and you decided on Graduation. There's probably somebody out there that'll be like, we're out of our mind. It's easily this one or that one or this. It's at this point, like I said, like whatever they release, we have to take it at face value. We can't expect. We can only compare. Like he's so great that we're only comparing him to himself, right? Like his old work.
No. But my thing though is that, right? I just think like it's no. Like it's a case. What's it called? They're saying that jack of all trades, master of none. You have to focus and specialize in one thing. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't do other things. Look, Jay-Z. Jay-Z has many different ventures, but Jay-Z knows that my specialism is in rapping. So yes, I've got this. I did the stuff for Tidal. I've been with all of these guys and so forth. But I know that when it comes to rapping, because I can tell you right now that Jay-Z, every once in a while, he just sharpens his utensils every single time because he just always wants to keep. Hence why Jay-Z, at age 50 plus, is still one of the best rappers in the world.
The GOAT.
Because he never takes his eye off the ball. But for Kanye West, and I do believe that Kim Kardashian, the Giants, that is all whole part of it. You've just bought yourself into this kind of weird kind of popularity thing. Hence why what was the whole Trump thing about? So you want just to forget that you were hawking Trump and say, oh, Trump is a... So, and we can't keep putting this on so, oh, he has his bipolar. Okay, call your bipolar. So because you're bipolar, if you go and rape a kid, oh, he's bipolar and so forth, that doesn't mean anything.
You know what I think it is? Like the thing is what, again, I remember I tell you, like, when I look at Kanye's actions, I try to look at the intent behind them. And I really do feel like, again, when he went as a Trump supporter, like, bro, you listen to Kanye. You see what he's saying. Like, bro, he's literally just trying to like stop the division. He saw that the media was going after Trump, and they were creating, which the media did do this. The media, like Donald Trump, they created Donald Trump, and they created this whole cultural division where now you have people that are like foaming at the mouth to attack red versus blue and all this, like, and they made it almost like being a Trump supporter is like being a Nazi essentially. When like in the end, we all know it's a bullshit like republic where it doesn't matter who's in charge. He's just a figurehead. So I think Kanye saw that, and he was just trying to, like, look, I'm a Trump supporter. Use his influence to sort of like calm the waters down. Like, it's not that bad. And like, even though I do disagree with a lot of the shit he says, like the slavery, they had no choice. I do see like overall the impact of that statement was positive because it forced people to talk about a conversation that people don't talk about in that culture, in American culture. They don't bring it up. They don't talk about it at all. It progresses the conversation because it makes people.
But you making that's a dumbass statement.
It's dumbass statement. No, it's at his expense. It's at his expense, but it forces the conversation. HH. That's what I'm saying.
But no conversation was had because the statement was stupid. See,
you say that. You say
no. But like, what conversation can be made by slavery was a choice?
No, but that's
what's the conversation?
I'm talking about like overall as a trend. Because Kanye West said it on national television, right, on TMZ, and it's posted online in that clip, and that clip goes viral. It brings this up, and now everybody globally is gonna obviously, what are they gonna say? What Kanye West said was stupid, right? Why was it stupid? Oh, because he said slavery was a choice. Huh? What kind of like, you go down obviously the rabbit hole of slavery. It opens up, it sends you down that rabbit hole because he now brought up that topic. That's how people get educated on certain topics. Because obviously, if you see, I get it. I'm not trying to defend his account. Obviously, it's a stupid
Red. It was utter peak stupidity. But let's say so. Noel McKaylee says, thank you for the dub, bro. It says, check out Spencer Cornelius' YouTube videos on Kanye versus the record industry. Interested to see how much he actually made from his first 7 albums. So how much was he was only a billionaire recently though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because how much did he really make from those his 7? Aha. This was now what I gave him though is how he was going after record industry and so forth. Because when he was making those tweets, in a way he was basically pissing on the Grammy award, and he was releasing all the names of all of these, I think, record owners and so forth who take a lot of the money. And I think that's what's wild, because stuff like graduation, college dropouts and everything, I don't think he even earns that much. Yeah. And that's something, see, the record industry screws over. See, Kanye is sort of like a broken clock is right twice a day. He's one of those dudes where he can do some stuff that's dumb that he can do, like, oh, George Bush doesn't like black people, the whole thing, doing the whole New Orleans thing. So he somehow stumbles upon, oh, you can get the ball moving. And what he said about the record industry, that's key, because it's like, expose these people. How the hell can a musical artist who makes the music earn like 2% and 98% goes to the record producer who made nothing?
See, here's the thing, right? When it comes to, like, we always know, like, the industry is shady. Like that we know that, like, they've always they've never really been straightforward with artists. Like, even Lord Jamar in an interview, he said, where he was like the industry would actually, like, the record company that you're signed to would actually print off the pirated versions and sell them to, like, back-end sellers, so they could make money without having to pay you. Right? They're the ones that are making the burned copies back in the 90s, back before, like, people, every household had a computer that could, burn discs. Like, back then, like, they were the ones that were putting that, like, pirated shit out there. They've always found ways where they don't have to pay the artist, or they'll increase expenses to lower the profits, so they pay him a less percentage, right? Because, like, artists will get paid based off of, like, let's say, points, or a lot of the times, like, if you see an NWA, they'll give them a solid, like, payment. Like, here, you get $75,000 like sign-on bonus, and then you'll get paid, like, essentially like an employee. You have no power over the music that you're creating, or no power over the ownership of where it plays and how much you don't get paid off of it. So, like, if your music is in a movie, you won't get a percentage or anything about it. No matter how much that movie sells, they get nothing. So when you're talking about this stuff, the industry is always on this. And there's a documentary, Dame Dash is in it, Ja Rule's in it. I forgot, you can find it on YouTube, but it's about money in the industry. And they tell you, let's say, for example, like, you get an artist, he gets signed on, he gets $1 million, let's say, sign-on fee. The artist needs about, like, he goes and he buys his a nice car, you know what I mean? He buys another that's like $100K. He goes and buys his jewelry because he's got to look the part, right? You're trying to flex. He goes but gets his jewelry that's like another, $50 to $100K. You have, like, your record label parties and all that stuff, your launch parties. That's all getting paid out of your pocket. You're paying these people's dinners and everything. That's another, like, $50 to $100K. Then you have your record sessions, like, all this stuff. That $1 million is gone before it even hits the bank.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like,
That's how like Will Smith lost all his money.
And then what happened, HH, after that? That money that they gave you, that $1 million, that's not yours. You're gonna have to pay them back through record sales, right? So once your record is out there, they essentially put you in this infinite cycle of debt where your record's essentially paying off that money that they spent. They forced that money to be spent. You didn't have to. You could have just been like, I want to make an album and I want to release it without any publicity, for example. Like, no, we can't do that. We have to put it towards this and this and add more expenses to really screw you over. Yo, peace, MT.
Well, yeah, send me something. Look, I know. Look,
like,
I've got a lot of stuff to listen to, man.
Honestly, though, Akon is incredible. Like anything, like you want Blame It On Me, incredible song. You want like Lonely. You want
now. I'm locked up. Yeah,
locked up.
Down. No,
beautiful. Oh my God, beautiful. Beautiful is a fantastic record. Slow Wine remix with R. Kelly and Sean Paul.
So imagine, thank you for the bash. Imagine Kanye producing a full Drake album with 40. Look, I don't know whether they'll ever work together or so forth, but do you know what I want? This is what I want. Kanye West to produce a Drake album where Drake just raps.
That's it?
Because what I want is a Drake rap album. He'll never do it, but a Drake rap album where he just purely raps, and 40 and Kanye are both taking turns in producing tracks. Oh.
You know what I want, HH? I really just want a Nas and Damian Marley project again. I want to see a reggae hip-hop hybrid. It'd be so good.
With Nas?
Yeah, you've never heard of Distant Relatives? Distant Relatives by oh my God, HH. Look,
bro,
I'm telling you, HH,
I'm an automatic match. And also, do you want to be real? King's Disease and King's Disease 2, bro.
HH, no. I'm telling you, I know you enough by now to know that you will love
Distant Relatives.
Love Distant Relatives by Nas and Damian Marley.
So let me see.
You want to talk conscious rap? You want to talk about? Oh my, it's incredible.
Nas, Damian Marley. So what? Distant Relatives.
Distant Relatives. It's so good. Like they have another song called Before That, also an incredible song. Like I think they have the game in the music video. What was that song? Nas versus like the before Distant Relatives.
Bro, watch yourself.
Bro, Road to Zion. I mean, it depends on who you ask, but yeah.
No. Nas is that dude, man. Nas is that dude. Okay, look, man. Let's run this off and so forth. Look, man. It's been swell and so forth, and I think that bottom line, you basically hated both albums. You weren't impressed with both albums.
It's not that I like both.
You told me you hated it. You told me that they were both pieces of trash.
Yeah, I said look. I'll be honest with you. Just none of them hit me. Like because I'll be honest. Like when I listen to Donda, that's just not my wave. He's just a bit like the things that like Kanye is
too eclectic.
About and like yeah, it was just too much about glamour and like I kind of respect his hustle and all that stuff. It's just like it didn't click with me. Nothing really stood out for me. Not yet. Like I said, for me, music takes a bit longer for it to click. And for Certified Lover Boy, like I'm not going through heartbreak. Like I'm pretty sure if let's say for example I meet a girl and like she hurts me and like I'm pretty sure probably I'm gonna listen to Certified Lover Boy and I'm probably gonna relate to it a bit more. But like right now for both of them, like nothing really stood out, and I felt like. And like I just while I listened to it because like when you told me like you want to listen to both these projects, I thought they were like comparable to be honest with you. But like I listened to it and I'm like, oh no, Kanye is like he's talking about a certain subject matter and Drake's talking about a certain subject matter. Like they're not even coinciding. The only thing that makes these two like comparable or not comparable, like that makes them like ties them together is the fact that Drake was going out Kanye, which we didn't talk about by the way. But Drake, bro, that motherfucker's slick. He's like, bro, his lines, man, like, yo, peace, Bash, my man.
Fellow Canadian.
Yeah, no, because we're actually we're third. Like we can actually make it to the World Cup, and we host 2026. So we're actually.
I know, yeah. Because we were discussing, yeah. And like, so are any of the games near where you live?
No, they're gonna play in Toronto. So yeah, like we're gonna have like that's gonna be pretty close, but. I really hope that we get like some good games here. Like I would love to go because I've always wanted to experience a World Cup. I've always wanted to.
Oh, look, bro. Like that's because obviously England. Last time England had a World Cup was in 1966. So obviously, like you have to experience that, man.
Like, the only problem is they just like 2022 is in Qatar, so obviously not going to go to that one because I'm not going to go like in the winter. I'm not like I don't want to support that World Cup. 2026 is going to be here in the U.S. and Mexico, which low key I don't think is going to be this. It's not going to hit. I want it to be like I really wish I went to Russia 2018. I felt like that was my best option to go to Russia, like a country that I would most likely not visit. There's not really.
But then there's an excuse to visit it and so
exactly forth. Visit it, and you'll get to experience a new culture with like other people, other tourists, which I feel like that would be pretty cool.
But I think North America, Mexico. I think it could be cool though.
Oh, for you, like probably like visiting, but like
because obviously, like I mean, I've only been to Atlanta in America. That's the only place in America that I've been to. I've never been to Canada or Mexico.
I'll let you know. Like look, Canada, natural beauty, 10 out of 10. You're gonna love it for just the natural beauty for the mountains.
But it's super cold. Like, does it get really cold in winter?
It's not that bad. Nothing. It's just everything. There's technology everywhere. Like there's heaters and like everything is like well equipped, so you won't even feel it. To be honest with you, and like everything gets like because we have so much snow, we deal with it very well. So like literally, you'll have a huge snowfall. Like in the night, you'll wake up in the morning to everything being shoveled out of the way, salts everywhere, so you won't even get to see like the snow on the roads. It won't inconvenience you in any way. Obviously, it's cold. Don't get me wrong, but like it's very manageable. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. But the only thing is about like here, like in the the modern areas, like it's just pretty much one big shopping mall. That's what North America is. There's not like like when you go to Europe or you go to Asia or you go to
Africa,
like yeah, pretty much, yes, exactly. Like, but you go there, it's honestly all it is just one big shopping mall. You go suburb.
No, it's funny because I remember when I went because obviously my uncle lives in Atlanta, and I just remember going to Atlanta. We went to a restaurant. When you go to the restaurants, the portions are so big.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is just like big sandwich, big drink. Everything's just big.
When I first came here to Canada, like for example, like Tim Hortons, right? This is like I don't know, like I have.
Oh, they would have the maple leaf there.
Yeah. No, like Tim Hortons, like this thing is like this is considered a medium, bro. This is almost the size of my head. And this is like it's the portions here are
so is Tim Hortons the name of the brand or the drink?
Yeah, that's the name of the coffee shop, Tim Hortons. Like like it's Canadian. It's like anywhere you go here, every corner you'll find a Tim Hortons coffee shop. But like it's the portions here is big. But like, when I went to the US, oh my god, like it's a different level. Like and not only that, like when I see the obesity rates in the US, like it's no surprise because when you go like when I went, like they have a $1 menu inside their McDonald's. And everything is actually $1, like bro, and I'm like, man, how can you like how is this even problem? How can you sell food for like it's mass produced food? Everything is saturated, like everything's portions are big, everything is like, and there's no tax on food, which makes people even more incentivized to pay for food.
Okay, look, but let's run it because it's straight. It's actually like super late where I am right now. So guys, look, man, we'll be back here again. I think I like doing this whole live thing because it's good to interact with you guys and so forth and everything, but. Because I need to just speak to you about something after we go through. So, guys, like the vid, subscribe if you're new, and we'll be back here next week. Just watch the channel for when back. So, guys, peace out. Yeah, Thank you for the love, bye. Peace.